Hmm.
I hope that was caught on stream. Anyway, welcome to
Mm.
the
I think
Undrafted
I think
Experts.
isn't this like the third time in a row that I'm on time? I feel like I
I think
deserve
it
a
is.
medal or
I
something. I
think
feel like
since
I
we,
deserve a medal
I
or
I
something.
think since we
Hey, shut
This
changed
that
to
should be
up.
a this should be a special episode in its own. I made three in a row on time.
Tim showed up.
I did the last one. I saw you were doing it. I was like,
All
I
right,
don't care.
there's my applause for Tim showing up.
That's
Applause.
okay. I mean, I really would have appreciated if you would have been there because you could have helped me defend my point that turned out to be completely and totally right.
Which one was that?
Seahawks are overrated and the Rams are the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair.
Johnny won't like that one if he ever shows up.
I said it
Nah.
last week. I said it last week. My point has been proven this week.
It really has
So,
been proven without a shadow of a doubt.
okay, well, anyway, so the goal of today's episode is once again rank the NFL because over the past 2 weeks we've seen some interesting developments. One that involves a team that uses black and gold as their main colors.
Oh, I was just gonna start chanting Stafford for MVP, but
We already
yeah,
had
that
them at
too.
Super Bowl. We already respected him to begin with.
I just wanted to emphasize that point because I really believe in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been made pretty clear that. Well, you know what? We'll hold that statement. I'll hold that until we get into the actual tier list. Which, let's go ahead. Speaking of, let's get started with the Thursday night game that, after about the first 10 minutes, I couldn't have given a shit about. Panthers Texans.
God, dude.
So
Texans are
Texans
terrible.
The
Texans
Texans
are a
are still
dumpster
bad.
fire.
Yes,
They're
they
still
are.
they're
They're
still
not.
horrible. I
I
don't
won't say.
care. I don't care that they beat your
You don't have to.
Jaguars.
You
I
don't
I
have to
don't
be
care.
Owen.
They're
You don't have to be
still
0-3 to be
garbage.
that bad.
I
The
wasn't gonna say
Texans
dumpster
are
fire
just bad.
bad. I wouldn't say dumpster fire bad. I would say trash. I wouldn't say dumpster fire
It's
bad since
it's
they got
it's
rid of Bill O'Brien.
That's
they're
your only
still dealing with
justification.
the effects
Yes,
of Bill
that's my
O'Brien.
only. That's
That's
my
the
only
problem.
justification.
They were they were worse than a dumpster fire, and then they
Yes.
fired him, and they got down to the worst tier. So they're no longer in a class of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
and
don't
then
know. I
the
mean, we'll see what Davis Mills can do with more playing time. He didn't look
Dude,
awful, but
Davis Mills.
I
God,
mean, I just don't have any hope for anything the Texans are doing right now.
neck built like an F1 driver.
I don't know. We'll see how he performs this week.
Yeah.
It looks like he's gonna be. Well, I mean, the game plan is gonna be for him
Oh, and you
this
know
week. The
what?
game plan last week was not for him because Tyrod Taylor got injured.
You know what? Let's make an adjustment here to the
Hmm.
as we're only like 5 seconds into this. That's what we should have done from the beginning, not bubble, just wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
good
don't know
call.
why we just can't think sometimes.
Well, Bubble would
It's
be
like we
like,
were. It's like we had a
It's
restricted
fine.
air
It's
canal
fine.
at
It's
birth.
fine. It's fine. You're too worried about it. The fact that I was on time flustered
mm,
you.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
think it
good.
did.
Blame it on that. Yeah.
All right, and then Panthers, they go in that new section. They're a wild card for
They're
me.
going in that wild card.
yeah.
I think that they could be better. I think that we're gonna see a regression out of Darnold eventually, and we're gonna see
I'm about to say,
more of
as
Darnold. They had Panthers have had a not an easy schedule, but not an
not a
incredibly difficult
difficult schedule
schedule.
either. No.
I think
I
that
was,
that defense is legit. That defense is really good, but I think that
and
offense
then
is kind of playing pretend. They score 20 points a week, and you just can't do that in the NFL, even when you have an elite defense.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing. Right now, and Tyler and I looked at this before the podcast. Sam Darnold is currently on pace to reach the 5,000 yard mark.
Not gonna happen.
Do we really think Sam Darnold is going to reach 5,000 yards at the end of the
no,
season?
Grant,
I
I'm
No.
say
not gonna
he
lie to
reaches
you.
4,000.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It could be possible, But the only way that it's possible is if McCaffrey hits 2,000 receiving yards.
Yes.
And that sounds crazy because, running back and all,
It's
but
possible. I
just
mean,
that
it's really, it's
important.
not that completely impossible. I mean, Jesus Christ, I mean, not to jump ahead, but at this point, fucking Najee Harris has a chance of getting 2,000 receiving yards. That's all we use him for. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I feel like, especially with the trade that just happened with C.J. Henderson.
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
just
let's talk
they
about that,
solidified
Tyler.
they solidified that hole that they had in trading away or in losing J.C. Horn.
I was going to say, with J.C. Horn getting hurt.
Yeah.
Plus
The
secured
only-
an amazing future asset.
The only question with shut up, Tim, shut up. The only question with
We need a moderator.
CJ with CJ Henderson.
CJ? That's how you say it.
The only problem with CJ Henderson is because of the fact of his mental health problems. He could be missing
That
a few
is-
games.
That,
because
He's not
to me,
cut
is
or
not a
anything.
fucking
Let me
reason.
Let me finish. Could be an issue. Probably won't, but it could be. But also, he isn't a tackling cornerback. He's just a coverage. It's been proven when he was playing in Jacksonville, he does not tackle well at all.
I think he's still young enough that
The thing,
you can teach a guy.
the-
You can teach a football player how to tackle.
Yes, but
Maybe
you
not
think
incredibly well, but you can teach a guy how to tackle well enough to do what he needs to do, especially to be not the premier corner on the team, but just to be a fantastic support corner. I think that move solidifies this Panthers defense.
But you
I
think you would
forget
think
how long
hold on.
Jordan is out.
But you would think that with him coming out of Florida in the SEC, he would be able to tackle well.
he was never known for being a good tackler.
Yes, but
we've
with the
known
whole...
this.
Yeah, well,
That's the thing. We knew that before the draft. We knew that his tackling was not his strong suit. And the thing is, and this is what we discussed when it actually happened. You can't judge a corner based off his first year performance unless it's just that horrendous.
yeah.
Because, as I said, coming into the NFL as a rookie cornerback and playing boundary corner, it's next to impossible to do it at the level of where you were drafted. Unless you're like a 4th round pick. In which, at that case, if you don't look great, it's not like a shock. Because boundary corner is one of the hardest positions to play, if not the hardest position outside of like maybe quarterback and a couple other spots to play as a rookie. So, I mean, and the other thing with the news that came out today about how they decided that availability was their big thing, which comes back to your mental health point. The fact that Jacksonville decided, okay, he's played 10 out of 19 games. Keyword, only 19 games. And they've decided it's not good enough. It's not acceptable. That's really early to make that assessment and be confident enough to get rid of him.
I'm not denying that what
I really would
doing.
want to point out real quick before this is over. Like, the ultimate screw you to Jacksonville right here is if Carolina signs Tim Tebow to play tight end after losing Dan Arnold.
Oh
rude.
God, that would be
That would be
so.
the ultimate.
That'd be
fuck you.
bad. It'd be funny as
Jaguars.
hell, but that would be
It
so
would be.
fucked
It
up.
would be. I think that it would be hilarious.
But I'm not denying at all that what Jacksonville is doing right now is dumb. I fully think the GM should be fired, and if Urban Meyer needs to get his fingers out of the trade pool,
USC.
Yeah, no shit.
USC.
I'm
USC.
gonna ban you, Tim. Anyway,
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised. He's pulling a Bill O'Brien. I hate to say it.
I'm hoping.
That's
he
the way
at
it's
least-
looking.
I'm hoping he. At
Also,
least
welcome
goes
to the
end of
stream, Haley
season.
Conti. All right. Anyway,
But hold on. let
we
me
still
get back to my, hold on.
we're gonna get back to the Jacksonville point. We
No,
still
not
have to
that one.
discuss their game.
No,
So,
that's not the point I was getting at. I was getting at the Panthers one.
oh okay.
So, with the fact that with the whole C.J. Henderson trade shoring up the defense, especially when J.C. Horn comes back, that's two.
That's going to be a nasty duo
It's gonna be a
going into
nasty
the
duo.
postseason if they're in.
Yeah, but I feel like they would be division caliber if it weren't for the fact that they're in the same division as the Buccaneers.
You have a point to be made there, but I don't know if
yeah.
you're that. I'm just personally, even if the Bucks weren't in that division, I'm just not ready to make that case yet. Like I think they're a playoff team. It's just I don't know if they're winning the division. Yeah,
I for sure think if the Buccaneers were not as good as they are, they would for sure win that division.
Actually, I mean, I guess if you're thinking about it, the Saints and the Falcons, the Saints are
by the Panthers.
The Saints are the definition of, oh, I look great. Oh, I look like shit. Oh, I look great again. Wait, how do I play football? And it's constant flipping back and forward. So yeah, I can see that if the Bucks weren't there, but I mean, I don't know.
I'm not even saying if the Bucks weren't there. I'm just saying if the Bucks weren't as good as they are.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from now. Now that I look further into that division, because oh god, it's rough.
You got the Falcons, who got an undeserved win this week, but
the Falcons, who are 1-2 because of who they played.
The Falcons deserve that win.
Nah,
okay.
I don't think either team deserved. All right, well here let's get the Colts Titans game out the way because Falcons Giants is right after that, and that follows my order here. Titans are wild card at least. Actually, no, Titans are division.
The Titans will win that division.
Who the fuck else is gonna win that division?
That division is terrible.
The Colts are the ones they just beat.
The Colts with
they're
sprained ankle Carson Wentz.
Yep.
I mean the Titans.
Nothing, Jonathan Taylor.
I mean actually I did hear today they're looking to trade on Marlon Mack.
Yeah,
that's a good move if they can get anything reasonable because
Marlon
Mack deserves to go to another team to at least get some more playing time. He showed that he can play well. I don't know if he's elite, but you know.
There's not a lot of teams that need that. I mean, I suppose you could make a case for the Ravens, but
you could definitely make a case for the Ravens.
I don't see the case that Marlon Mack needs to go there. I don't think he fits the style of runner that the Ravens.
The thing is, I feel like with Marlon Mack,
I don't think that. I think that the Ravens are happy with what they got now. Tyson
I do agree.
Are a good tandem.
But also, even with all the injuries to the running backs, they've already picked up Latavius Murray and Devontae Freeman.
That's what we're saying. But here's the thing. I feel like Marlon Mack doesn't get traded to be a starter. There's no way anyone trades him to be a starter. Unless
he'll get traded.
I think he does.
Michelle type deal where they
I think that too.
For depth.
I think he gets traded for as like your RB2.
I don't even think that. I do not think any team needs a running back that desperately, because
nobody said it had to be desperate.
I think it depends on the asking price.
The Colts would be at minimum to be asking.
You want to spit
like
it out?
A 4th or 3rd round pick.
Not exactly.
I'm making a call for a 3rd or 4th round. I'm making a call for Marlon Mack if I'm gonna say the Packers. I'm gonna make a call if I'm the Packers. Not that I think that Aaron Jones is bad. I think that Aaron Jones really benefited from having Jamal Williams behind him, and he doesn't have Jamal Williams anymore. Just to have somebody to take 20% of the snaps or 20% of the.
I mean, that's what A.J. Dillon's supposed to do.
They have A.J. Dillon now, but I think that Marlon Mack is just a huge upgrade from A.J. Dillon.
Mm-hmm. Marlon Mack is also very injury prone.
We know this. I mean, that's the thing. I think Marlon Mack does get traded if
he fits the 49ers.
He fits the 49ers, yeah. He fits the 49ers scheme. Get broken every other week. I mean, Jesus Christ, they technically do need running back. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah.
So I think, what is it now? They're 2 on IR, and Elijah Mitchell is still recovering from a shoulder injury.
Hasty's on IR.
Who's the other one? Oh
Mostert's
yeah,
on
Mostert's
IR.
IR.
Mitchell's on PUP,
No,
and
he's not.
I thought he was.
No, he had just something that was considered worse than a stinger for his shoulder. That's why he didn't play last week. But Trey Sermon was, I
He's on
think,
the
the only
offensive
guy
line.
to. It was Trey Sermon and Kyle Juszczyk were the only two, like, running backs slash fullbacks that were used last week for the 49ers. So
Yeah.
they could
All right.
easily benefit from getting Marlon Mack, even if it's only for a couple weeks. That helps. And that offense, they need it.
Find us another game. What's
All
the
right.
next one?
All right. Now we can go back to what we were discussing before of the Falcons Giants. I don't even think we gotta talk.
The Falcons are trash. The Giants are worse.
Yeah, the Giants are just a never-ending dumpster fire for some reason. They get a couple years of looking great, and then it's back to the same old, same old.
I hate it. I hate it when this picture is recycled because I think that it's I think that it's just a weird point and we just happen to bring it up. But like, I I I think that we need an ESPN 30 for 30 about what happened on that yacht trip. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Something, something happened on that trip because they cursed the entire organization after that.
They were like 10-6 or 12-2. They were a fantastic team, and then
Ever since that picture, they have been the worst team in the league.
I hate to bring that up because I just think that it's a dumb point, but
it's not a point that you can dispute.
Okay. All right, that's I think we touched.
But yeah, I mean, the Falcons. It's just one of those things. Like,
if only both teams could have taken it.
If that game could have ended in a tie, that was the game that deserved it. Neither team deserves a win.
I feel it's so sad to see Matt Ryan like this.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is just nosedived, and I don't even think it's his fault for the most part.
No,
it's just the team around him has just crumbled. Yeah, I think this year might be the retirement year for Matt Ryan. I think he does the same thing Ben does.
2 years, because I don't think that Matt Ryan leaves the team without a quarterback coming in.
That's fair.
I don't think that.
Well, I mean, we are going to do the mock draft. We are going to do a one-round mock in a little bit, so we could throw him a quarterback.
Get a quarterback, or I don't think they go out and get I don't think Matt Ryan leaves the team without them having a quarterback.
That's very fair.
Or the organization tells him that, hey, we're gonna go get a quarterback. Retire.
You can go. Yeah. Your services are no longer needed. Thank you.
You did well.
Hopefully, the Falcons don't pull a Big Ben.
Oh God.
I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they will. I don't think they're that stupid, but we will see.
I mean, they got rid of Dan Quinn 2 seasons too late.
Well, Dan Quinn also still has a job in the NFL, so.
Thank you.
I mean, we can't be.
Dan Quinn just accepted a fixer-upper house and has killed it since then.
Yeah.
Go Cowboys.
All right.
Anyways.
On to our next game. And you know what? It's an easy one for me. Chargers, Chiefs, they're both division. Or actually, not division. They're both wild card.
Ooh.
I don't have either as a division right now. I don't think there is a true leader in that division right now.
Hold on.
Oh, mute up, Tyler.
There is a better. No, I mean, I'm just going to say I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are still the best team in that division. I think there's still a case that they're Super Bowl contenders. I think it just.
I mean, there is. It's just the thing that's concerning me. I'll let you speak here in a sec. I just want to get this point out. The thing that concerns me with the Chiefs, it looks like that the NFL defensive coordinators have finally figured out how to stop the Chiefs' offense. Go ahead.
They haven't figured that out. What's been figured out is how to beat the Chiefs, and it's not what you can do on defense. Don't give them the ball back. I think that it lands more on the shoulders of the Chiefs defense than it does the Chiefs offense. I don't think that defense is amazing, but I think at the very end of
Yeah, I
every
haven't
game,
liked it either.
what did you what how did the Chiefs lose both times? If the Chiefs get that ball back, they win both of those games. But the
Yeah.
Chiefs don't get the ball back in either of those situations, so they don't win. So they don't win those games.
And the only way the Chiefs beat the Browns was the Chiefs kept getting the ball back. Which I will say
Exactly.
this, the one thing with the Chiefs that has to be taken into account with them being 1-2, they've played the Browns, the Ravens, and the Chargers. All three teams that are considered playoff worthy. So 1-2 for them, that's like 2-1, 3-0 for if you look at the strength of schedule. Like any other matchups, and you would have said that they could have been 3-0 right now. Tyler, you had a point for a second, then I think you had to mute again.
Yeah, I thought you had it.
So if he can't get his point out, we'll give
Okay.
him a moment. All right, there you go.
So-
Go quick.
I think it'll be week 5 will be the telling of between the two who will be the winner of the division.
That's
Because
fair.
the Chiefs play the Bills, and the Chargers play the Browns.
Okay, that's
Chargers
fair.
Chargers lose, Chiefs win.
That's more than likely what will happen, and that'll
More
tell
than
you a
likely.
lot.
But that, in my opinion, week 5 will be the decider on who will win the division. More than likely.
Yeah.
I think we're slightly overreacting to the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're just as easily 3-0 as they are 1-2.
well, that's the thing. That's why I'm
I
not
like
dropping them out of playoffs or anything like that. I don't know,
listening.
even with that, because no matter what, and here's the thing that really gets me. No matter what happens now, that series will end 1-1 going into playoffs,
Yes.
which
It's so
is
fun to watch.
unlike
It's so
before.
fun to watch the Chiefs
Just
because when
it,
you watch
it
the Chiefs offense, especially in the last 2 minutes, they just run. I think they get in the huddle and they just say, "Okay, we're
run.
gonna run a touchdown play. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Travis Kelsey, you're gonna run 15 yards. You're gonna run a 15 yards and sit in the middle of the field. Tyreek Hill, you're gonna run a
Just
go.
go.
So, and we're either gonna score a touchdown or gain 15 yards.
All right. You know what?
But I really,
5-6. You're looking at 2-3, my man.
I don't know. We'll see.
But I mean, I want to see Josh Gordon succeed. It's just
Everybody
the
does.
odds are not in his favor. They haven't been for years. We'll see maybe this time, but we've said that the past 4 times. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Maybe
This
it'll
time
work
they actually
this
have a
time.
quarterback.
Yeah. All right.
Russell Wilson was a quarterback.
Yeah. He actually didn't do bad for them, if I remember. If he's in, I don't know if he got to play a game. But anyway.
Beside the point. All right.
But yeah, I'll move the Chiefs back up. I mean, once again, it's just gonna be one of those things. We're gonna have to see how the rest of the season goes, because it can just as easily end up like this,
Or the Raiders.
or
I don't think
or
so.
I don't think the Raiders, but I mean, record says yes they could, but I mean we'll see about them. I'm not sold on the Raiders yet.
No, in my opinion, week 5 will be the teller between the Chargers and the Chiefs.
More than likely. Plus, when they meet up again, is going to be another way we'll really know.
The
Because if
Chiefs will win that without a doubt.
because if the Chargers, I'm not
It's
saying
so
the
hard
Chargers
to beat
win,
a team
but
twice.
if the Chargers beat them twice, the Chargers might take the division, but may not be considered the best team in that division.
Yeah.
The
Just
Chargers
'cause of
could
head
take
to
the
head.
division, but if the Chargers win twice in the regular season, which
They're
I
losing
highly doubt
postseason.
happens,
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to win. It's next to impossible to win in the postseason. It's just so hard to beat a team twice,
That's
and
that good.
it's even harder to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah. All right.
I
Next
don't know how you
matchup.
did that to Jacksonville a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I'm regarding teams that are competent. Okay,
Hey, we were competent in
Uh-huh.
2017. They still beat us twice.
Let
I
it
don't.
go.
Hey! I don't want to talk about 2017. Let's go to the next matchup. Bears, Browns. All right,
God.
Bears.
The
There's a
Browns are
case to be
Super Bowl
made. Yeah,
contender.
there's a
No,
case to be
I
made,
wouldn't
but
say
I'm
Super
gonna
Bowl.
leave
I
them
say
division for
division.
right now, just because the Browns Ravens, it can still go either way. I do think the Browns made a case that they could be a Super Bowl contender,
I don't
The
think so.
but
Browns
it's
are
gonna be
Super Bowl
close.
contenders.
I don't think so.
Okay. Tucker's field goal was as many yards as the Bears had offense. Okay.
No, it was more
No, the
by
Bears.
like 20.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of which,
as long as
No, they're a dumpster fire.
no, as long as Matt Nagy is the coach, they are a dumpster fire. It doesn't look
okay,
bad if Nagy gets fired, but until Nagy goes, they're in a bad situation.
Very
yeah.
bad.
I mean
Nagy looks like the
Nat,
most clueless head coach in the NFL.
it literally the meme that he has of him just staring off into space. I swear to God, it's what he does every single week. Like you
That's
could
how
just
he
take a
calls
screenshot every
plays.
week. He's like, wait, hold on, that didn't work. How'd that not work?
No, that's just how he calls plays.
Yeah, fucking. He throws a dart on this fucking. He throws a dart on the wall and just goes, "Oh, that looks like a good opportunity for a play. Fuck it, why not?" All right, Ravens. Good God, I cannot speak. Ravens, Lions. All right, that's the words I'm trying to say.
I
You
would
want to go
actually,
wild card or division? I mean,
I
we
would say
really could
wild
say either
card.
way.
I would say wild card because of the fact that they almost lost to the
The
Lions.
Browns are going to win that division. The Ravens
More
are
than
going to be a
likely.
close second.
More than likely. And then Lions.
put
I
them
just
at,
don't know.
Average.
It's between average or bad, and the only reason I say bad, I think Dan Campbell, the record does not show what he's
I have
doing.
a hot take.
What?
The Lions will win a Super Bowl under Dan Campbell.
I'm not gonna debate that.
I don't think that it's this year. I don't even think that it's in the next 3 years. But I think that they're doing what the Browns are doing, just with a stable head coach
Mm-hmm.
who's convinced this group of really shitty players to
That they can do it.
do well, not do
That's
well, but
and that's what I'm saying is like the record shows that Dan Campbell has sucked. But when you actually look at the games, the fact that the Ravens nearly got beat by this Lions team tells you all you need to know about how Dan Campbell is doing. And if you don't believe that, look at the Niners game. They were down by like 20, like what was it, 24?
At one point.
And then they just decided, oh wait, oh no, it was 28. And they decided, oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna delete that. Like Dan Campbell has done a really fucking good job with a shitty roster. And until I see something that's clear that tells me that Dan Campbell sucks, I'm not gonna believe it. Because Dan Campbell has done. Any more for that game?
good.
All I will say is the Ravens got super lucky to walk out of there with a W.
They did. I think I genuinely the Lions play better than the Ravens.
Lions play better with the than the Ravens, especially with Marquise Brown dropping 2 open touchdowns.
I don't want to talk about that. Even though I won my fantasy matchup, I don't want to talk about that.
Hold on.
Justin Tucker is the Rodgers to Vinatieri
of kickers
being Brady.
Justin Tucker is going to go in the Hall of Fame.
Huh?
Justin Tucker is going in the Hall of Fame.
Without a doubt.
No, I don't doubt that, but I think that so is Vinatieri.
Vinatieri
has the accolades. I think that Vinatieri has the accolades, but Tucker
Justin Tucker has the fucking talent.
Tucker is definitely the best kicker of all time.
I would also like to add in Matt Prater. No.
That's just that. When you're talking Justin,
previous record.
I mean, that doesn't mean a ton. I
I mean, no,
mean,
but he
when you're
wasn't a
talking
terrible
when
one.
when you're talking Vinatieri and Justin Tucker, it's hard to bring anyone else into that discussion right now. That's in the
Fair.
league. It's really hard to do it.
Fair. But also, I was saying, the Ravens got lucky to walk out of there with the W, with Justin Tucker barely making that record-setting field goal,
Yeah,
and the fact the play before they got away with the delay of game.
yeah. I mean, that was a game that the Lions got screwed because they're the Lions.
Yes.
I will not believe otherwise with that. Like, I think genuinely the Ravens should be 1-2, and so should the Lions.
Yes.
And that's not.
Honestly,
And once again, that is not me hating on the Ravens as much as I'm a Steelers fan, because when you look at that game, the Ravens, they screwed up so many opportunities that the Lions just didn't do that.
see here, take it from me. I'm a Jacksonville fan, so I don't hate
Yeah.
anybody.
And Tim's gone dead silence, so I don't know what the hell he's doing.
He's probably drinking a beer.
No, he's.
He wishes.
That's what I'd love to be doing right now.
He wishes.
I could be
All
doing
right.
that.
Next
But
up,
just
Saints Patriots. I put both in average.
No, I would put the Patriots in bad.
I don't know. It's
That
there's a
that
case to be
showing was-
made.
That showing was pretty garbage.
I don't know. I mean,
I'd
it's
say that showing was bad, but I'd say the 2 weeks prior, even though they're playing against young quarterbacks, I think that it's the 2 weeks prior showed just as much as this one, and it carries them a weight of
But
just
also,
Yeah.
they're gonna be
I
okay.
I think
I think-
hold on. I want to point out the fact that this is the same Saints team that got their ass kicked by the Panthers the week prior.
I would
And
also
we have
like
the
to point
Panthers at
out,
wild
I would
card.
also like to point out that week that they literally had players operating the coaching position. They
That is
had
fair.
no coaches. They were missing players. Not that I'm saying that the result would have been totally different. I think that maybe the Panthers still would have won, but I think that it would have been a lot closer of a game, and the Saints could have even won if they would have had, half of their team and coaching staff.
That's very fair. And I mean, the thing is with me, the reason I'm not ready to drop the Patriots to bad yet, I think there's still a chance that they could be that team that sits around that 6-10, or actually no, 6-11 to like 9-8 kind of range. I think they fall
They're gonna
somewhere
be
in there right
exactly.
now.
They're gonna be exactly where they were at last year.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same deal as last year, except for now you've got a 21-year-old quarterback, I think. Dude, 21 or 22 instead of a 31-year-old Cam Newton. That's pretty much the main difference. And you got some of your defensive players back from opt-outs. That's about the only thing different.
So hold on. Quick question. Where would you rank the Saints defense? Because that'll be telling.
Well, the thing is, they haven't been at full strength yet this year. So I still want to give it time for them to be at somewhat of full strength. But I mean, they haven't been awful. I mean, I haven't seen anything that puts it like top 10 yet. But I mean, it's not a defense that I would sit there and be like, oh, that defense sucks.
The reason why I asked that is because of the fact that Mac Jones did throw 3 interceptions that game.
I mean, that's a
Yeah.
rookie game. I mean, that's going
That's
to
a
happen.
rookie going up against an above-average defense.
Yeah,
Bill
I mean,
Belichick just got reverse Belichick.
pretty much.
All right.
All
let's move on.
right. Now we're on to Tyler's game of the week. Cardinals Jaguars. The kick six that ended up meaning nothing.
I gotta say that this is the Cardinals are divisional. They're
No, I
competing
would say,
for the
well,
division.
I would say wild card.
I'm putting them
I
wild
think that
card
they're
because
gonna. I think that they're gonna lose.
no,
I think that they're gonna lose the division, but it's gonna be
because
incredibly close.
because there is one team that I think takes the division, and my mouse is
No.
circling it
I
right now.
100% agree. I think I
So I'm not putting them
100%
there.
agree, but I think it's gonna be closer than. I think it's gonna be pretty close. I think the Cardinals are gonna be really good.
I'm not denying
But
that.
anyways, Cardinals looked really
Oh, and
good.
then
In
we
the
also
in the
can't
second
forget.
half.
The Cardinals.
Um,
The Cardinals did not look good. As Tree said, if it was literally any other team than
the
Jacksonville,
The Cardinals
the
lose, yeah.
second half, the Cardinals looked good. The
Yeah.
first half, they looked
Barely.
awful.
Yeah, the
The
problem
second
is
half,
barely
they
looked good
looked
in the
good.
second half.
No,
it's just
they were
once
much
again that's
better
the
in the
thing.
second half, and I saw something out of them that I hadn't seen in any prior game. They ran the ball well in the second half.
That is
Could it have
fair.
been just that they were against the Jaguars? Yes, but they did the. But that's the first time that I'd seen them effectively run the ball.
I mean, Jesus Christ, James Conner scored a rushing touchdown before Najee Harris did. That's a sad thing to think about.
Yeah.
But so I will.
James Conner got a lot of unnecessary hate from Steelers fans.
I mean,
I would
he's
like to,
It was
he's
more on their offensive line than it was James Conner.
the problem I've always had with James Conner, other than his first year, was the fact that he just kept getting injured. No, stop that. No, it's the fact that he kept getting injured as he was on the Steelers. If he can, when he's healthy, he's a solid NFL running back. I won't deny that.
Tyler, I would also like to ask you, like as a Jacksonville guy, how in the fuck did they not cover? they were no. That's no. I genuinely want to know how did they not even win the game? I don't care about winning. How did they not cover the spread?
Hold on, what do you mean?
He doesn't know betting.
They had to lose by 7 points or less to cover the spread.
I don't know.
I don't know. I want to go on a little bit of a rant about Jacksonville. So.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be funny. All right, go ahead. You have the floor. We're just gonna laugh or make our comments in.
So, the front office is incompetent. The trade deals awful. You trade an all-pro linebacker for what was it? Pennies on the dollar?
A 6th-round pick.
A Hershey's bar? Then you trade your round 1 pick and CJ Henderson after 1 season. And as we've said previously,
welcome to the stream, ever.
We can't prove anything in 1 season with a cornerback, especially playing the boundary against the best receivers in the league. You can't. That's not how this works. The GM needs to be fired. I don't know why we hired that man in the first place. Everything I've heard, he's been dog shit. And then
Tim, I'm enjoying this.
If Urban Meyer's the one that's been making the trade deals and everything, he needs to get his fingers out the trade pool. Not even to begin talking about the how they handle in play calling.
USC.
Shut up, Tim. We're getting 1 season out of him at least.
Maybe.
But let's go on to play calling now.
So how about that flea flicker?
Hold on.
The flea flicker on the 30.
I'm not even gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna talk about the balance between the run and the rushing.
What about that offensive rookie of the year?
I'm getting there. So, why would you give your rookie quarterback that's not quite used to the NFL speed, who's been making some rookie mistakes that you would expect, but has been making them consistently, instead of trying to help him, make him throw it 50 times in a game, when you have the rookie of the year running back in the background?
He was not rookie of the year. It's just the best running back. Okay?
Fine, the best rookie running back.
I was about to say, don't discredit my man Herbert.
That's
Go ahead, continue. Continue. Just wanted to interject and defend Herbert.
That's fair. That's fair. Because I didn't actually know who actually got it, but like from my perspective.
It was Herbert. Go ahead. You're good.
So
Keep going. You say more words.
This is fun. Keep going.
you had the best rookie running back in the league. He was on track to break Fred Taylor's record. Why would you not hand him the ball at least 15 to 20 times a game?
I don't know, man. You drafted that new toy in ETN. Oh, never
I don't
mind.
even know why we drafted ETN. Put him in the slot, for God's sake. We need
Oh,
the receivers.
Or maybe next year when he's healthy.
Yeah, I know. Once he's healthy, because, we touch something and it dies.
I remember when Tyler was so happy about that ETN. Well, he wasn't incredibly happy about the ETN pick, but he was
No,
like, "Oh, this will be okay. We're gonna play him in the slot.
And
That'll be
then-
good. That's a
See,
good idea."
It was called optimism because we got Trevor Lawrence and Minshew, and I was like, man, we're gonna play Minshew more and have Trevor Lawrence come in at garbage time.
Wait, Tyler. Have you forgotten? You're not allowed to have optimism. Just
I
like
know.
I'm not allowed to have optimism anymore.
I know.
Okay.
But-
Okay.
but no,
okay.
no,
I
no.
can.
No,
let me
he's
say
not done.
this
He's
something.
not done. He's not done.
I'll
But no, this is actually a question to both of you. If you had a rookie running back, an undrafted rookie running back, in his rookie season, going over 1,000 yards and being a top 10 running top 10
Top
running
5.
back. I was just gonna say top 10, but I mean, hey, top 5 running back that year. Why would you not run him more?
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean,
Fuck,
Carlos Hyde
help-
looks great.
Oh my god, dude, don't even get me started on that. But why would you not help Trevor out by running it a lot?
Because
And then hold on, I'm not done yet. And then doing play action passes to help Trevor out with some time. Have some quick developing routes after running, say, 3 runs in a row or something like that.
Because Jacksonville is Jacksonville, and they don't understand what competent
Shad Khan-
football is.
Yeah, Shad Khan doesn't know.
They're
how to
more
run a
worried about
fucking team.
AEW, which is a great program, by the way, than
Uh,
actual football.
There was one thing.
Also,
I was
I'm
gonna
not a
say, but I
fan of the
completely forgot what it
Patriots
was.
either. Steelers for life.
Okay. Closing thoughts on this one.
I don't know if they're going to be
Jacksonville
closing
sucks.
for
Their
him, but go
ownership
ahead.
Jacksonville sucks. Their ownership is terrible. The GM's not good. Trevor Lawrence, it's looking bleak for him, but I don't know if that's necessarily as much because of him.
Yeah,
Or
that's
you-
not him.
That's because of the organization.
Or if you just paired a first-year NFL head coach to try to talk to a first-year rookie who are both in the same college mindset.
Here's the thing,
It's
though.
not looking good for them. Jacksonville sucks. Jacksonville's probably going to suck for a long time, and Urban Meyer's going to leave that in a lot worse place than he started with it, and when
Yep.
he leaves to go to successful program USC.
I
Go
want to
Trojans.
say this though. Trevor Lawrence. Okay, the organization is killing him already, but he's also making some pretty rookie mistakes. Instead of looking to the checkdowns, he's always looking for the mid to deep balls.
That's
I
that's
respect that,
that's
but
pretty
you
much what he.
can't do that.
No. I'm not even saying it's entirely on him. The play calling is garbage.
Oh no! I was saying I respect that, but you can't do that in the NFL. I respect it. It's the competitor. He could always make that throw
What's
because
your question, ever?
he was just leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else.
But you
And you can't do that in the NFL when you may be better than everybody else, but the gap between you and everybody else is a lot smaller than it was
Yeah.
than college and high school.
I mean, seriously, if they would put James Robinson in for more than 2 plays. So during the Arizona game, one of the few drives that we had that ended up in a touchdown was a drive where we did nothing but run the ball with James Robinson. It was an 8-play, 75-yard touchdown.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Tyler. What if maybe they finally went, oh yeah, that's right. We have this guy named James Robinson. Oh, oh, let's throw him out there. Oh shit, he's actually good. I guarantee you that's what the fuck Urban Meyer did. It's like, alright, well, nothing else working. Throw fucking Robinson out there. Oh.
The
Oh, that's
problem,
right.
the problem is that it happened midway through the fourth quarter.
There's been a lot of problems with Jacksonville, but that is one of them.
If they don't start off this Bengals game by starting off dominating with a run game, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Well, prepare to go insane because
I mean,
nothing you expect will happen when you're talking about fucking Jacksonville.
you're gonna hear
Hey,
me throw my
we
microphone.
spent a lot
Yeah,
of
we
time
spent a
on the
lot of
next
time
one.
on this game.
So
If we want to
let's
get this
breeze through
mock
the
done,
next
let's
one.
get
What's
going.
the next one, real quick? I'll
Oh, well,
prepare
this
for
one's
the
actually really easy. Football team Bills, football
God.
team average,
No,
Bills,
no,
division. You could even consider them bad if you really
The
want.
football team is awful.
No, I wouldn't say they're awful. They did put up 21, even though
They're
two of
worse
those
than the
touchdowns were in
Eagles.
garbage time.
The Eagles are better
Oh
than
no,
the
no,
football
do
team.
not even. Do not
I will.
even.
I'm saying it.
No.
I'm saying
That what?
the
Eagles are
Eagles are
trash.
better than the football team. The
No.
I
Eagles
say
have
they're
a
on the
captain
same
to
level.
their.
The
The
Eagles are not. The
Eagles
Eagles
have
are
a
trash.
captain to their ship.
Eagles are trash.
And have you
The
seen anything
Eagles
that
are
makes you
better
think the
than
football
the
team's
football
better?
team.
The football team, in my opinion, is better because they actually have a defense.
No, they don't.
They have a
Their
front. They have a
defense is
front
bad.
seven.
Their defensive line is good. Their linebackers are okay, and their secondary
Is
is
trash.
awful. And you can definitely you didn't even have to
What
watch the game.
the Eagles have on defense?
Darius Slay.
That's one player.
Oh wait, he forgot about that.
It's like, oh
It's
shit.
one player.
You really just want to see the football team do great, don't you?
I do. Honestly, they're one of the few teams that I can actually and not feel bad about it.
Well, here's the
Because of the
problem.
fact-
I'm on the
Here's-
Because of
opposite
the
end
fact,
that.
hold on, shut up. Because of the fact they did have that racist name.
Wow. Okay.
All right, I'm
Okay,
gonna.
no,
I'm just.
no,
All right,
okay,
that's
well,
enough.
you
All
know,
right,
it
done
was
with
nice
that.
it was nice to
Done
hear
with
from
that.
you, Tyler. Guess
Yeah,
we're not gonna
hold
hear
on.
from you again.
We're just gonna do a quick little thing. Let's do server mute, and there we go. All right, done for the night with him. Jesus Christ. All
You don't
right.
appreciate me?
What you just said would be enough. If we had any sort of a following, this podcast would have been shut down for what you just said.
Hey, at least Johnny isn't here.
Yeah, you got a point. Johnny would have jumped
Okay,
on
okay,
that.
next-
All right.
next-
Anyway,
next
enough
game,
of
next
this
game.
before this gets any worse. And this is pretty easy for me. I'll go ahead and just there, and then Broncos.
I put wild
I'll
card.
say average. They're either average
They're
or wild
average
card.
for now.
I
say
think
Broncos,
I think the
it
Raiders are the one to
looks-
take wild cards. They're actually next game up. I think the Raiders are
It
your
looks
wild
really
card.
good.
But
It looks really good for the Broncos. People bringing up their schedule. Oh, those guys are 0-9. Can't control who you play. You play who's in front of you, and they've played.
and
good
they've
well.
kicked
I
ass
don't
against the
think their
guys they
offense
played.
I don't think their offense is enough to keep up with these playoff teams that are going to be able to score on their defense. But I think they're going to win a good amount of games. I think that they'll probably split the division. They'll split the division series with some of their opponents. I think they'll split with the Raiders and the Chargers.
Yeah. The only game they've looked like they were actually sort of vulnerable so far was against the Jaguars, which they just showed that they can at least make the Cardinals get nervous if they really want.
It all depends on the game.
So I think the Broncos, like, yes, as Tim said, oh, they're 0-9. At the same time, they haven't looked bad in any of their games yet. So you can't
control who you play.
You also, like, you can't jump to saying wild card yet because the AFC West looks actually pretty strong so far.
It's stacked.
I don't know if I'd call it stacked. I'd call the NFC West stacked.
They're the
AFC West is the second best in the
division.
Yeah, they're the second best in the NFL. But I think you can call the Broncos average for now, and I mean they have the potential to move, because don't they They play somebody good next week if I'm
I'll
correct.
check.
They
I would check.
they play. I already have the games list up. They play the Ravens on Sunday. So that
Oh,
will
that'll
be
be a good
that will
game.
be your big test. If they can compete or even beat the Ravens, then that's their chance to move to wild card for
But
me.
would that? But my question is, would that bring the Ravens down to average?
Yes. I think that brings them out of wild card just for now. Because I
Yep.
mean that would tell me that the Ravens, while not bad, are they really good enough to be a playoff team at this point? Because they looked pretty rough
So many
this week.
injuries. So many injuries.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big thing.
All right.
On paper they look pretty damn good, but if injuries just take their toll, there's not much else I can say about it other than just injuries.
All right, let's move to the next one.
All right, next game is Raiders Dolphins. As I just said, I'm putting Raiders in wild card. I think
Raiders are
as of
wild
right now they're a
card.
wild card team. Like
They have played
as we
Dolphins are
said,
bad. Dolphins are bad.
I
would
missed
say
out on some of
average.
mine.
I would
Uh,
say average. I would say
I-
average because of the fact they did lose Tua.
The thing is, I'm gonna put them in bad for now. They can move up to.
Brissett is maybe even an upgrade from Tua.
Yeah, Tua has
I'm
not
not
looked
gonna lie
great.
to
I will
you.
say that.
I
Also, I'm gonna read some comments to myself or to my chat real quick. So go ahead.
I will be back.
Oh well, that was more of you guys keep talking while I
well, I
mute.
gotta take
But
a piss.
yeah.
well,
No,
Tim Carey, please.
well, I can carry real quick. Let's talk about.
Actually,
you
run
think
an ad.
talking
Run
about the Rams?
here. Oh well, not yet. But can you tell
No,
everyone
okay,
how to become
fine.
a subscriber that's already in chat? Thank you.
Yeah.
People.
So everybody, thank you all for being here, very, very much. 3 or 4 of you are figments of Zach's imagination. 1 or 2 of you are figments of my imagination, and then there's
No,
4 or
they're
5
actually
of you,
here.
4 or 5 of you that are yeah, sure, that's what they're telling you.
Well, I mean, that's
I
what
bet it
I'm
is.
supposed to believe.
But the important
Why are the
thing is,
Patriots in
good to hear from
average?
everybody. Great that you're here. Check the
Patriots are in
subscribe
average because
button.
we're not ready to drop them to bad
You're
yet.
not toddlers, so I know how to check it. I know
Yeah,
how to check it.
yeah.
Or,
Patriots.
I know how to check it, but you guys also know how to check it. Did you ad lock your stream? God damn it!
What did I do?
Did you put ads on your stream?
No, I could actually. You know what? Speaking of, let's run an ad break. No.
Shut up. No.
Actually, I should. I really want to, but no. So actually, I was gonna just read those comments quietly, but I think since Tyler's doing this thing, I'll bring them up on here. Why are the
Yeah,
Patriots?
Where's money?
Oh well, just a real quick recap because I think Ever missed this. Why are the Patriots in average? We're just not ready to drop them to bad yet. They haven't looked great, but they've been kind of mediocre. Like it can go either way with them so far. Um, do I play American football IRL? No, but had aspirations to do it as recently as last year. Tim knows about that. Actually, both of you know about that.
Yeah.
Zach, can you make a Minecraft live stream? That's coming in the next couple days. I finally have the pieces in place to do that. I was thinking about doing it tonight.
Monday night, but he was being lazy.
No, it's called. I had about 4 different projects just sitting there and looking at me like, hey, do these.
No, it's okay. All right.
But yeah,
Let's
well,
get back to this.
the S&P will probably start sometime either this week or this weekend because I'm gonna be free most of the weekend. Let's see what else was there. Oh yeah, I was going back to the tier list. So the next game up is Seahawks Vikings. Seahawks, I'm no longer putting them in wild card.
Yeah, someone
Damn,
finally agrees
Nope,
with
not.
me.
I
The
know
Seahawks
Johnny
are
would be
mad
pissed.
overrated.
I'm putting Vikings and Seahawks on the same level right
Maybe.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But,
I'm not saying the Seahawks don't have potential to go back to wild card. It's just my biggest issue with them. That defense is not it. they've been trying, and John, I know if John was here, he would say this. They have been trying for the past 4 damn seasons to get some edge pressure, and they have failed.
I would also like to bring up what my friend said to me today that I told you about.
Oh yeah, that's right. You know, a Vikings fan.
So I'll try and actually get him in here eventually, but he said he actually wants to trade Dalvin because Dalvin Cook he hates Kirk Cousins, but he really wants to trade Dalvin Cook, because he said he's costing them $7 million a season, and he thinks that they could get a second and a future first out of him, and that they can actually
Where are the Lakers and the
produce the
Suns?
same Dalvin Cook
That is
with the
NBA.
backup, as proven during the Seahawks game.
I mean, all right.
I disagree.
All right, Tim. The thing before you put yours out.
Go ahead. You can reinforce or go.
Well, see, my thing is with the Dalvin Cook deal. The only thing I can see like supporting other than what he just said. Dalvin Cook in the start of his career was pretty fucking injury prone. He's gotten it together somewhat, but I can still see the reasons behind wanting to trade Dalvin Cook based off what Alexander Madison did last week. But that's not a consistent thing. Go ahead, Tim.
That's kind of the point that I was going to bank off of. Dalvin Cook got there, and there was no running game before then. They hadn't had a running game since Adrian Peterson. But Dalvin Cook gets in there. He looks really good. Dalvin Cook's a great runner. Dalvin Cook has, I'll go ahead and just use his terminology, the Dalvin Cook effect. And he's
Yes.
just that guy. He's that good. He gets injured. The
He is
running
that
game
guy.
clearly suffers a hit. He comes back. He gets hurt in another game. Alexander Madison takes over. Madison was not all that in that game. Madison has not been all that in every game that Dalvin Cook's been out. I think that was more the Seahawks defense is
That's
just
exactly what I'm
absolutely
saying.
awful against the run
The Seahawks
than
defense in general is
it was
just
the Vikings being able to replace Dalvin Cook easily.
Well,
Do I think that he's a let me see, how do I say this? Do I think that Dalvin Cook is a franchise running back? That maybe, but I only think that there's
it
one real
depends.
franchise running back. But I
And
don't.
that
I
is
think that Dalvin
McCaffrey.
Cook is too valuable of an asset.
Yeah. And I mean the thing is with the whole Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison discussion is here's the thing. If you look at the Seahawks defense, as we've said, they have been run all over in all 3 games this season. It has been atrocious. That was bad English. I can't speak. Atrocious.
atrocious.
Yeah, I'm having a
A
stroke.
Trojan.
Yeah, it was a Trojan. Watching the Seahawks try to defend the run. I mean, they got murdered by Alexander Madison, who has been such an on and off player, and you see it. If Dalvin Cook was in that game, he's dropping like 3 rushing touchdowns. Like there's no debate on that. The reason I will say this, I think the main reason that Dalvin Cook did not play on Sunday was because the Vikings were confident enough in letting him sit because the Seahawks defense is so bad they could throw any running back out there and they would get the job done. Maybe not as effectively as Dalvin Cook can, but it would be enough to win.
Alexander Madison, I believe, scored 2 touchdowns. I think that Dalvin Cook would have had 3. I think that they're just.
Was it 2? I didn't keep track of his.
Stats. I'll look at the stats.
I would appreciate that.
I had him in fantasy. I think it was 2. It might have been 3.
Oh, look at the stats real quick.
Madison is a good handcuff, but Madison is not a replacement.
No, and he won't be.
Okay,
Like
Alexander Madison.
What was his stats?
He had 26 carries, 112 yards, 0.
What was his receiving stats? Because I know he had a touchdown somewhere.
Yeah, I know he had at least one touchdown.
No touchdowns. He had 6 receptions, 59 yards, and 0 touchdowns.
Really?
Yep.
I thought he got a touchdown or two. Well,
Excuse me
still.
for just a sec.
Well, still. Either
He
way.
did.
I mean, you could double check Tim. That's fine.
Dalvin Cook with a touchdown.
By the way, will we get Madden gameplay? If this computer would run it properly, I would. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm not against it if it'll work.
Absolutely. You guys want to see my absolutely amazing Madden gameplay? I'm the best.
Tim gets really mad over gameplay because I'll be sitting here on Discord and you just hear him start
I do.
screaming.
I do. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't. Yeah. Okay, never.
Okay,
I'm
maybe not
an-
yell,
I'm not
but
an
he
angry-
gets that
I'm
he
not
gets
an
that. God
angry
damn it!
guy.
I want to point something out.
I'm not an angry guy, but like when it comes to Madden, I tend to get a little.
I want to point something out.
What?
Kadarius Toney finally has positive receiving career yards.
Oh my God! It took 3 fucking games for him to do that. Jesus Christ!
All right,
Oh God!
let's see. What's our next game?
Our next game is our next game was the game of the week. Buccaneers and Rams. Rams are a Super Bowl contender. I will not debate this anymore. It was made clear. And the Bucs are still division because who the fuck else is doing it in that division? The Panthers maybe, but I need to see more.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford had a fucking amazing game.
Stafford for MVP.
I can see it.
It's
I'm
too
honestly
early
not
to
even
call an
against it.
MVP race, but Stafford for MVP. That's just the ultimate, like, Matthew Stafford is the first player to escape the Lions. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
and actually still have his success.
I'm gonna call it the big three. I'm gonna call it Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford are the big three
Yes.
of Lions franchise players.
Yes.
And Matthew Stafford is the first one to escape, and just if he could escape the Lions, win MVP. Yeah, I know, but I'm calling it. I'm calling retiring escaping.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
I'm calling retire. I'm calling retiring out. Yeah. No, because they never came back and played.
Yeah, we're talking like getting out and still playing.
Stafford was the first one to escape and play somewhere else. For him
And
to
show
go
that
out,
he was
win
still as
MVP
good.
and win a Super Bowl.
Not only would it be the biggest fuck you to the Lions, but it would just prove how great Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson were.
I really feel like if that happens, the NFL owes a Super Bowl ring to Calvin Johnson and Barry
They really
Sanders.
do.
They do.
Also, are there any other gaming videos in the near future? That Minecraft SOP I was talking about coming up soon. And wasn't there something else I was gonna do? I know I've discussed Splitgate before because I know that runs well on my computer. So I might run some Splitgate with Tim and them in the future. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
I'm looking it up.
And it's free, so you don't have to worry about buying anything for that.
Man.
All right, on to
That game.
Oh, I actually just realized that I forget that when I go through on my list because I have my favorite team as the Steelers, it kicks them up to the top of the list. I always skip it because I don't like starting out of order. But now we are out of order, so let's go ahead and just get the Steelers-Bengals game out the way. Steelers are bad.
Both of them are bad.
You know what? Yeah. No.
I don't think the Bengals have shown enough.
The Bengals could easily go to average, in my opinion. I don't think the Steelers are good. I really like.
Okay, I see where you're coming from, but I think that the Bengals lose to every team that we currently have and the tier above them.
That is fair. Okay, that is fair.
I don't know about the Colts.
I was gonna make an ad. Oh yeah, that was because Tim mentioned putting an ad break in. Anyway, but I mean, it's one of those things. I feel like the Bengals, maybe they don't beat any of the teams. Like I think they could probably beat the Colts. If I'm being honest, I think they have a shot. Only problem would be, of course, the O-line would get murdered. It's
Yeah, I
just,
just don't see them as that good.
I
would
just,
also
I
like to
just know
point
that
out
the Steelers. Oh
the Steelers
God.
would lose to everybody in the bad.
Yeah, more than likely. You know what?
Okay.
You know
All
what?
right, let's
Fine.
move on. No.
I
The
don't like
Steelers
my
are better than
Steelers.
that. I'm talking you out of it because the Steelers are better than you're giving them credit for.
I've
The
watched my
Steelers,
Steelers for
the
enough time to know when we
Big
sucked.
Ben is the only problem on that Steelers roster. That Steelers roster is fairly good, other than a quarterback who looks like
Which
a old dog.
an old dog that has
That's
no
not
new
a
tricks to be
quarterback. It's a
given.
liability.
Yeah, no, it is. I agree. All right, let's
All right,
go.
let's
Go
go ahead.
Packers. Packers.
Yeah,
San
let's knock
Francisco.
out the primetime games and then we'll go do the mock draft so we can call it a night. Green Bay, I'm gonna say it because when we did our rankings for week one,
Nah,
we
I'll do it.
really fucked it up.
I'll be the one to do it because it was me that pushed the Packers to be so bad. I'll do it. I apologize to Packers fans. I'm very
We
sorry.
we
They're
were
gonna win
wrong.
the NFC North. They're gonna win the NFC North. I really just kind of want. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to think that they weren't gonna win the division, and we were finally gonna see a team like the Lions or somebody that doesn't get bitched around all week take it. Maybe the Vikings could get it, but I think that the Packers are just better than the Vikings. So
Yeah,
the Packers are the best team in the division.
yeah. I mean, it's just we jumped the gun on that because I mean, after all the bullshit that went down in Green Bay all off season, and then you look at week one, and I mean, it looked like nothing was going the Packers' way. And it was coming from a
Uh,
Saints team that we had
I'm not
absolute
even
no
gonna justify.
expectations.
I'm not even gonna justify it. We were wrong.
No,
I
I'll
I,
give us
I
the
was very
reasoning as to
wrong.
why we jumped the gun, but we're still wrong. We jumped way too
I
early.
wanted a chance to shit on the Packers. I've been waiting for a
I've
good
been wanting it for
opportunity to
so
do so
long.
for 7 years.
Yeah, I've been wanting it for a while now. And it finally looked
Anyways,
like we had the chance. And we were
anyways,
wrong. Anyway,
San
San
Francisco wild
Francisco,
card team.
they're the wild card or average. I think. Well, actually, I think because of how close they were with Green Bay, you can put them at
Yeah,
average,
I
or
think
not
that San
average, at wild
Francisco
card.
is gonna settle in with their quarterback, whoever that ends up being,
Yeah.
and they're gonna make the wild card with Trey Lance or Jimmy G. I
Yes.
don't think that it matters. I don't think that it matters. Again, I said this. I think I said this last time, but I don't think that it matters who they go with. Just the fact that they make a decision one way or
And
the
they
other
stick to it.
for this season. Yeah.
And of course, if Jimmy G was to get hurt, then they have to just have things ready for Trey Lance if it's necessary. But keep your current game plan 100% focused on Jimmy G. Because we all know Jimmy G has the tendency to end up injured. So you always have to have a backup plan ready, but I
Okay.
think they
Let's
have
go.
to stick with Jimmy G as long as they can this year and then reconsider.
I think it'll be
Jimmy
next year
G
that they
does.
put Trey Lance in.
No.
Jimmy G has not lost his job yet.
No.
That's
That's
clear.
pretty clear. All right.
Okay.
Final
Cowboys,
game.
best team in the division.
Yeah,
No,
they're
Cowboys
winning.
win
They're
the
winning the
division.
NFC East.
It's
no
wild
matter
card,
how much
okay?
it pains me, the Cowboys are the division.
Yep.
Oh my God!
It's just.
Somebody,
I'm
do me
clipping
a
it. I'm
favor. Somebody
clipping it.
clip that, please.
I'll clip it. I've got
Oh,
this. I've got the
send
bot.
that
I'll
to
clip
me
it.
and send that to me and send that to me. So every week when he says, "Oh, the Cowboys are gonna get smacked," I can just
Yeah,
send
but
that
it's
to him.
funny to see you get triggered, my guy.
Oh
And
yeah.
then
Oh yeah.
Eagles.
I can get you mad really quickly.
Yeah, that I won't.
And the
that won't
Eagles.
No, that
I,
Eagles
I,
are trash.
I'm.
Eagles are trash.
I don't think they absolutely fucking obliterated the Falcons. They deserve to be above.
I'm gonna say it. The Eagles are better than the football team.
And I know that that's not a popular thing for Tyler to hear. But I'm saying the same thing.
Honestly, they're probably interchangeable. Neither of them are amazing.
Like I feel like you can't particularly go out of your way. And actually, I'm gonna make an adjustment. I'll move the Bears back up
No,
because
stop that.
it looks just fucking awful. And look, we can't
Yeah,
say that
and
the Bears.
I would agree.
We know that the Bears they need a new head coach. We get it. But the thing
The
is, the
Bears are
Falcons
one.
and
The
the
Bears
Bears
are
are on
one
about the
step
same
away.
tier.
Yeah, the Bears are one step away from being a
A
lot better.
complete dumpster fire. Yeah.
No, they're
The
one step away from being a lot better. If you fire
yeah.
Matt Nagy, they're in a much better
Yeah.
situation.
You can say they're about one step away. Same thing with the Falcons. You can't say that about the Texans. You can't say that about the Giants. You can't say that about the Jaguars, and you can't say
Well,
that about the Jets. You just can't yet. So
that
that's why
hurts.
they can sit there. I know it hurts, but it's the
You're
truth.
not.
The
Hold on.
truth
You're not.
hurts.
Zach, you're not wrong. It still hurts though.
I say the truth hurts. Damn it, live with it. Now, since we finally completed the tier list, and I don't think we need to make an adjustment. I think this
Hold
is
on.
pretty fair for right now.
Before we go into the mock draft, I want to talk about college football a little bit.
Okay.
So, let's talk about the fact that Arkansas is on a tear right now.
Oh, he's been saving up for this one. He wants to get his
Dude.
Arkansas rant in
Let's
for this
go.
week. Did I hear
Dude,
somebody join the thing?
No, that was me
Okay.
clapping.
It sounded like the Discord thing. I was like, oh god, who's here?
No, that was me clapping. Dude, I swear to you, let's go. I would love. Honestly, this upcoming week is going to tell me, well, in my opinion, this upcoming week is going to say who's it going to be in the CFP, Georgia or Arkansas.
I mean, that is fair to say. I won't deny that.
Because it's going to be two SEC. It's going to be two SEC teams. There's no question about that anymore. Not after the fact that Clemson and Tech both lost earlier for Tech, but
Georgia can lose the SEC, or Georgia can lose this game and still make the playoffs. But
I could say
Arkansas
that.
cannot lose this game and still make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is a must-win game for Arkansas if they want to make it. Georgia can lose this game, but then almost have to win out.
yeah, they would have to win.
They have to win the SEC championship.
Yes, that would have to happen. So I mean, this is a big time game. I'm glad that this is Virginia Tech's bye week because it means I can actually like watch it without having to worry about anything.
You're gonna need to keep me up to date because I'm
Yeah.
at work.
Which also, I will say this, we got times for the October 9th games. We play Notre Dame at 7:30 at night. That is going to be one hell of a game and one hell of an atmosphere.
Tim dropped.
What?
Tim dropped.
Oh, he lost connection. Great.
Yeah, he deafened and then just dropped.
Okay, well, he'll be back any moment now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
that I'm tempted to almost like keep some sort of footage from that game because that's gonna be louder. It's either be as loud or louder than the UNC game because of how prominent of a game that is.
hot take:
But
the ACC championship is wider than a whore's legs.
you're not wrong. Also, I see what Tim had to say, so we might be a few moments.
Yeah.
I mean, we could start the mock at any point, but I think we
Yeah.
can wait for now. We can talk some college football.
Yeah. might as well.
And I will say this: why is Clemson ranked?
But Clemson does not deserve to be ranked. After losing
Clemson
to
does
NC State.
not belong ranked. I don't care what anyone says.
I don't care how close that Georgia game seemed.
Yeah,
No. That
I
was
mean-
just incompetent play calling on Georgia's end.
yeah, that was called Georgia still figuring things out. That was not Clemson playing up to Georgia.
No.
Because we have seen it pretty clear as day against many different opponents now. DJ, however the fuck you say his last name, is not it. He's not their solution.
Who their
Unlo-
head coach?
No, quarterback. Dabo Swinney's their
Quarterback.
head coach. I don't think he's. I don't think you can say he gets fired yet. I'm not ready to say that. It's way too damn early. And let me just look on this board here. I want to make sure everything looks relatively reasonable based off what we've done as our own research. Yeah. For the most
So,
part, this doesn't look bad. I could live with this board. I think I might move a couple guys around, but I'm not against this board right now. So, are we ready to go? We can at least start with the talk, and if Tim comes back, we can really get going.
well, I'm looking at trying to figure out.
Oh, and if you want, Tyler, you could just go to. Did I ever share you our Google Doc of the prospects?
No, you didn't.
No. Okay.
Actually, you might have, but I'm not sure.
Can you go check real quick? Because that way you could have a refresher on where we rank some of these guys. Because if not, I'll share it with you real quick on a second tab. Because I know how I feel about some of these players, but
What
we'll
did we
see.
name it?
It was just I think it was 2022 NFL Draft Prospects or something like that. It you do have it? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like I said, and just remember, we don't have any of the offensive or defensive linemen for the most part because we couldn't find tape on most. So just remember that when we're going over this.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of, I'm actually going to go ahead and bring it up on my side tab too. Because it's always good to have my refresher sitting there in the open. Just
So
to be
they
like, oh
got,
yeah, that's right.
So they got Georgia has JT Daniels at quarterback.
Yes.
He's put up some good numbers in the past.
Yeah, he's not bad. I'm not denying that at all. All right, there we go. Now I can reflect over that when I need to. But
Actually, did he go
let me
down?
get let me get an ETA on Tim. I know he had some sort of oblique injury or something like that. I don't remember who came in at quarterback.
Bennett.
Stetson Bennett, that's right.
But they also have Carson Beck.
I don't know how he's done.
He played 2 games and that was it.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if JT Daniels is a liability, but I also don't know if he's like the starter. Like they can go many ways with that team. All right, Tim gave us the approval to start the mock. If you want to go.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking. So against South Carolina and Clemson, during both of those, he threw a pick.
Yeah.
But he also threw 3 touchdowns against South Carolina. He didn't throw any touchdowns against Clemson.
I'll tell you right now, I watched that game because I watched Georgia Clemson from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
That game was defense, defense, defense.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do. Like the offenses could have been the best in the league, or best in college football. Those defenses were not letting anything up. It didn't matter. That's gonna be Clemson's best game, I think.
Yeah, because looking at
Oh, Tim's actually watching the stream, so he's good. So
just looking at statistics alone, from the Clemson game, because that's what I'm going to be referencing, because South Carolina and Vanderbilt are kind of teams. Well, not Vanderbilt, but with Clemson, he went 22 for 30 with 135.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be good enough to beat Arkansas.
But we'll just see. Like I said, it can all change over time. Yeah. Also, I'm trying to pull up I'm trying to pull up team needs for 2022. So I have a general idea of what I'm looking at here.
Right.
We'll see if I can actually pull that up or not. guess we'll just do this. Let me see what they say. That ain't gonna do what I want. Oh well. Alright. Well, I'm ready to start when you are, if you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
So Jets at number 1 as of right now. Alright. Kayvon Thibodeau, it's pretty clear to me. Best
Yeah,
player in this class.
best player available, too.
Here's the problem. The Jets desperately need cornerback. Okay?
You think they'll reach for Stingley?
There's a bunch of mock drafts right now that I looked at in the past couple days that have Stingley going number 1. I don't think he deserves number 1.
I think what'll happen.
Like, let me just look
is-
at the corner class. Alright. You know what? I think I know what's going to happen here.
Hold on. My guess is what's gonna happen is they're gonna take Thibodeau, if that's how you say it,
It's Thibodeau.
first overall, and then with pick 11, they'll take a corner. If there's one.
That's
on the
very
board.
much possible. I also
If-
see them possibly taking like a Kyle Hamilton. So I don't think Kyle Hamilton goes in the top 5 as good of a player as he is. I don't know if he's going to go in the top 5 or top 10 because safeties rarely go top 10.
Yeah.
So I think we can pretty much go ahead and say this without much of a debate. Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be
Even if-
the number 1 pick. He's like Myles Garrett or J.J. Watt. He's
Yeah.
that level of good.
Or Bosa.
Yes. So, Kayvon Thibodeau
This
to
has gotta
the
be
Jets.
Evan Neal.
This, Tyler, I would try to, like, usually there's like, oh, I can make some debate.
There's no
No,
debate.
there's absolutely nothing to say. If you don't, if you do not take Evan Neal, I swear to God, or if it's either Evan Neal or Kenyon Green.
The
like-
only way we don't take Evan Neal is if the Jets take him. And if
That is
happens-
possible.
If that happens, I say we drop down, we trade back to like 5
8
or
or 9.
6.
Yeah, drop back far enough to reasonably
Kenyon
take
Green.
Green. Yes. But
But
in
even
this-
then, I would not mind if they take Evan Neal. I wouldn't mind reaching for Kenyon Green.
no, it's just you have to get offensive line. I don't care how good the talent is otherwise. If it is not O-line, you have failed this draft.
At least for the first round.
I'd almost say overall you'd have failed just from that alone.
No, if they take one in the second round, a solid.
Ah,
one in
welcome
the
back,
second
Tim.
round, yeah, I'm back. My apologies. I had to
You're
deal with
good.
some important paperwork.
Oh yeah,
Good
you're
man.
good.
Paperwork.
It could not
that-
wait any longer.
Paperwork.
No, yeah, paperwork. That's what we'll call it. But anyway,
It was
Do you
some
like
very
this so
important
far?
Paperwork. I hold on. Let me refresh here. Put away my computer.
But
Shit. Okay, here we go. And the stream will load. Why not?
God damn it,
See,
this podcast is scuffed already.
welcome to the
Welcome to
Scrub
the
Central.
welcome to the
I'm your
undrafted
host.
experts, where we don't get anything done.
Welcome to the Undrafted Experts, where we can't seem to make our own shit work. So why should you guys? expect
Why
us
should
to-
you give a fuck
to
about what
make
we're
good
saying?
Predictions? Oh, really? Yeah, I'm so shocked.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd be surprised by it. The only thing,
I
like I
think
said, I think Thibodeau is by far the best player in the class. I could just, as we were saying right before you came back, we could see the Jets taking Evan Neal at 1, just because of how big of a need of offensive line they
throw
have.
him on the other side of Becton, and the Jets are in a much better.
Yeah,
Sign Michael Gallup,
yeah,
draft Evan Neal to play on the other side, and the Jets are in a much better position than they are this year.
yes.
And you can show, and Zach Wilson won't have many excuses.
All right. Well, after Evan Neal, we have the Eagles at 3. This is either Stingley or Hamilton. As much as I love Elam over Stingley,
this is gonna be Hamilton.
I think this can go either way. Because the thing is,
they're going Hamilton. They need a safety a lot more than they need a second corner. Remember, they're not drafting the number 1 overall corner.
that is fair.
They already have a number 1 corner and a really
That
good
is
one
fair.
at that. Darius
So-
Slay is really good.
So this will be one of the first times in a long time we've seen a safety go in the top 5. But I respect it. I do.
Guys,
What?
motherfucker.
What now?
I just realized something.
He has to be at work in 2 hours.
No. I'm off tomorrow, thank the Lord Jesus up above. But no, I just realized something about Jacksonville. Well, we just traded our number 1 cornerback.
Oh yeah, you gotta get a corner now too.
No, they don't need a corner nearly as bad. They need
You're
an
not
offensive
taking a
tackle.
corner at 2, but I mean,
Don't
you're gonna
don't
need
reason
them.
yourselves out
But
of it.
here's the thing: if I'm
Oh, hold on.
correct, somewhere down here you have another pick. If oh no,
No.
no you don't. Oh
No, they're going tackle. Tackle makes the
yeah,
most
you have
sense.
no
That's what they
choice.
need more
Bro,
than
hold on. No,
anything else.
No, Tim, this is not about what makes the most sense. This is what will the front office do?
Take
That's true.
Spencer Rattler. Wait, Trevor Lawrence and take Spencer Rattler.
No.
You know, I hate to even try to like debate that because I can see them doing something as stupid as that.
I mean, yeah, but no. I'm gonna say this right now. They're gonna either they need to take Evan Neal, or if he's not on the board, Kenyon Green.
Will
And
they do it? No. Absolutely not.
what'll more than likely happen? They'll take Booth Jr.
Oh yeah. Where did we have him ranked in our setup of picks? We have him as a late first in our
early
setup.
second.
Jesus Christ, it would be what y'all would do. And that's not to say that Booth is that bad. That's just what we personally evaluate for talent. When we did ours back in what, May?
Yeah, it was
Because
like
we did it.
March.
Because we did it. No, we did it in May. We did it right after the draft. Because I remember telling you like the next day, I was like, "So you want to look at prospects?" All
We were
right.
both like, sure. You know
So
what's funny though, Zach?
what?
You've been saying you like Corral, but we put him as a second rounder.
We also hadn't seen this year's highlights. I sent the first 3 weeks. He has not
Yeah,
looked bad, and
I haven't
people
looked
are
at it.
really liking what they see out of him.
I haven't looked at it,
So
so.
I'm not against taking him. All right. So Lions at 4. What do we consider their most important need?
I don't care what you consider their most
Corner.
important need. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I don't care what you think their most important need is. I don't think that's what Dan Campbell wants. I think he goes Leo or Kenyon Green.
Both are actually not bad options.
Especially at number 4. I don't think that they go. I don't think that they go Stingley.
I think they'll go Stingley with the way they've
Don't they
been
have?
fighting with Okuda.
Don't
Yes.
they have? They
They
have
have
30.
another late
Okay,
first
that's what I
round pick.
thought.
They have probably number 32. They have a 30 to 32.
They got
And I think
30.
it's 30. Yeah.
I know. They have it projected as 30, but it could be just.
How did we rank? I had to keep looking back. It's been a while.
We had a Lamb
Garner as
and
a second.
Stingley,
Oh, we have Job
and
a bit
Booth-
higher. Okay,
Booth
so
Jr.,
Job will
then
probably go up.
Job, Gardner, and then Banks we've had as a late second, early third.
That's what I thought. And we didn't
No,
get.
there's a
By the way,
lot of
there's a
good.
lot of like Trent McDuffie and
There's
Darion
a lot of
Kendrick.
good.
We don't have one.
There's a lot of good corner talent. It's really hard to find a game ready corner to start
Defense,
with. It's a lot easier to find it.
a
It's hard to
monster
find a
D
game ready.
lineman.
Yeah,
Which I
it's
will
really
say,
hard to find a really well
DeMarvin
developed.
Leal has looked really good. I honestly think that's their pick.
I
Yeah,
think they'll go
it's
Leal since they did go offensive line last
actually,
time.
when they have
Yeah.
their interviews and they bring in guys to talk, Dan Campbell walks up and he asks every prospect, "Do you like the taste of kneecaps?"
Shut
Bite
up.
people's
And
kneecaps.
DeMarvin Leal is
Tim.
just like, yes.
And so it depends on it depends on the prospect's answer to that right there.
Yeah, it really does. But I
Man,
think
I love Dan
DeMarvin Leal
Campbell.
is their best decision here. Like, yes, you could obviously say take a corner, but I don't think the Lions take a corner at 4.
The Lions don't care about corner.
Yeah,
No.
I'll say
Corners
DeMarvin
don't
Leal.
eat kneecaps.
No, they don't.
I mean, I don't know. Merriweather did say that one.
Oh, God. All right. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and click the button that more than likely every New
Malik
York Giants
Willis.
fan wants him to take. But here's the thing.
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis has been
Desmond
good.
Ritter.
That is a
Desmond
Giants.
Ritter.
No.
But here's the thing. Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
you're right. Ritter is not a
Look at
Ritter
what
is
they
not
have
a
at 12.
Giants quarterback.
Look at what they have at 12. They don't exactly have to take quarterback at 5. Will the Giants do it? Of course, because when they had 2 first-round picks in 2018, or no, it was 2019, they still took a quarterback that they could have had at 17.
Didn't
But
they take
if
Vanilla
we're gonna
Vic
go
at that
bit,
point?
yes, that was when they took Vanilla Vic. But
Man, I love that draft.
but we're gonna play this off as if the Giants have competence for once. It's hard to think
That's
about.
funny.
It's hard to
That's
think about, I
funny.
know. But let's try to
I
play
have a-
this as if
wait,
if the
I
Giants
have-
doing
I have a
something right.
question. I have a question. So, in this scenario in the mock draft, have we fired Joe Judge in the front and the GM?
Sure.
No.
No.
Okay.
As I said,
No.
we're gonna pretend that they are competent. Okay.
They want the quarterback from Liberty. Oh no, we're pretending that they're competent. Okay,
Yes.
no,
Let's
no,
pretend
no.
every
Guys,
one of
say
these
we're-
guys
they're-
are competent.
They're taking Malik Willis.
All right. If Joe Judge is still the guy, let's just go ahead and give him Bo Nix. Like,
Bo Nix is
seriously, let's give him
definitely
Bo
a Giants
Nix.
quarterback.
Hold on,
Bo
hold on.
Nix is definitely a Giants
Actually,
quarterback.
go back to the quarterback real quick.
Okay.
Because I want to. So they got for their top 5, they got Rattler, Howell.
They don't have Ritter very high.
No, while we
I
had Rattler,
liked Ritter.
We had Rattler, then Ritter, Howell, Strong, Willis, and then Corral and Slovis.
I think
I'd say-
Howell's a better prospect than Rattler by far.
At this moment, yeah. And by the way, Tyler, do you remember when? Because I believe we put Rattler at top 10. Do you remember we had some of that based
No.
off where they were considered? Oh no, we didn't.
Rattler, no, we did not.
I thought we had
only
one.
him-
I thought we had one of the quarterbacks up there.
Nope. All of our quarterbacks are first. Corral is second, and Slovis is third.
Okay, well that's actually fitting of where I think they were at that point. So yeah, I think at 5, I don't think you're taking a quarterback.
So Zach, our top 10s were Burks.
Yeah, I love
Hamilton.
Treylon Burks.
I love
I've
him.
made it clear. Love what he's done.
But like I said, so we had Trayvon Burks, Thibodeau, and Hamilton.
Which are
Those are
my
top
3
10.
which are my 3 favorite prospects outside of Elam, but I didn't. I remember when we did everything, I didn't have enough to put him up there.
Nope, because I kept arguing you down.
Yeah, you kept bitching at me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for the Giants, basing this off competence, I think there's only one real pick that they should do here. It's Kenyon Green.
If he's still on the board.
If we're basing this off competence, this is Kenyon Green.
Yes.
Do you agree, Tim?
Yes.
Okay. Glad we can agree on that. Now,
Eagles,
because they have 3 in the top 10 at this point, if they ended up with 3 in the top 10, they've made amazing trades to get to that point. I will say if it's somehow come April that they have 3 top 10 picks, they have done great for trades. Now this is
Go to tight end.
Now
they're not taking Werdemeyer. They're not taking Werdemeyer. I know we like Werdemeyer, but they're not taking Werdemeyer. They have Goddard. They have Goddard. Yeah, they're not doing that. But this is where they say, "Oh, wait, no one took Stingley?" Okay.
Yeah, that's that pick right there.
Like that. I know you're gonna say Werdemeyer, but I don't see the Eagles being that dumb.
It's the Eagles.
Once again, I think that's Texans levels of stupid. Okay, that's Bill O'Brien stupid.
That's Giants level. No, that's the
Stingley
Raiders.
Stingley is gonna be the Sewell.
Yeah.
Super talented, needs to be a high pick, but there's just teams that need stuff more.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just click it because that needs to be done.
Patriots.
This is Kyer Elam.
Patriots go Elam or Olave.
This is Elam.
I think
If they're at 7, they're taking Elam.
It's
If they're any
or
lower,
Olave.
I don't even think they go Olave. Because I remember,
I,
I would give them Treylon Burks because I just like him more. 'Cause I
Oh
remember
yeah.
we had Olave at what, second, I
Uh,
think. We didn't
a
like what we
second.
saw.
We did not like him at all.
Like it was Treylon Burks, Wilson, Mechie. Who else
Don't
was
forget
it? There was
London.
another guy. London. Yeah, Drake London. And then Olave, if I'm correct. Because
No,
Olave wasn't doing much.
it goes Burks, Wilson, London, Mechie as a late first, early second, Ross as a
Oh,
late
that's
first,
right.
early second,
That's right. I had Ross late first because of his injury. But he's great when he's not, if he can play.
Bell, and then Olave.
Yeah, I don't like Olave. I
I
really
don't know.
don't.
He's not physical enough.
And that could just be a thing with what his role is at Ohio State. But I don't like it. I really don't. I think this is Khair Elam. I think they need to start. I know they have J.C. Jackson. I believe he's a free agent this year if they haven't paid him, or it's next year. One of the two. And Stephon Gilmore is not getting any younger.
No.
And they've already discussed wanting to trade him multiple times now.
I think they came close to a deal at one point.
They did, I believe. I don't remember who it was with. But I think this is where they're going to go ahead and get their next cornerback of the future. So
Probably.
if they let Gilmore go, Jackson takes CB1 and Elam would go to CB2 or 3. I think that's. Are we in agreement here?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Tim?
yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I'd say this is
I
Spencer
feel
Rattler.
I feel like Tim just is like, I don't know these prospects. You two do, I don't.
I don't know a ton, but I can weigh in on
Positions at least.
what they need.
Yeah.
I
Which
I
I
say
appreciate that because I don't know the
I
needs
think
as
I
well.
think they go Howell. I think they go Howell over Rattler.
I say Rattler.
It's gonna be it should be Howell or Rattler here.
It's gonna
As
be
much
one
as
of the
I
two.
don't think, as much as I don't even know if they're the top two by the time April comes around. But
Well,
if
you
we're
boys
just going off it,
Actually, I'll actually be able to be around for the draft.
yeah, you will be. I think Howell is the pick here for one reason. He fits what the Falcons are already trying to, or that the Falcons have already done with Matt Ryan for the past decade. He is almost identical for play style. Rattler is someone you're gonna have to change almost all of your plays to maximize his potential.
Yeah.
With Howell, you really don't have to. So I think this is where Howell is gonna go. I think this is also where if Matt Corral continues his skyrocket to the top, that I believe he has the potential to do. This is also where Matt Corral would go, if this was the way to go. But as of right now, I think you have to say Howell.
Howell is a Falcons quarterback.
I can agree.
Rattler is not.
In my opinion, it's either gonna be Rattler or Howell, or Corral if he keeps skyrocketing.
Howell's
or
better,
even Will.
I
Literally,
I would say
any
Howell's a better pocket passer.
any of these 6 quarterbacks right here, I'll include Ritter because he hasn't looked bad, but he's probably more of a second round guy at the end of the day. Any of these 6 quarterbacks can jump the board at any moment just because of how undefined this class is at the moment. So I think right now we're saying Howell. It's just a scheme fit looks best, but Matt Corral has the chance to take that spot. Are we in agreement?
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
All
Now,
right.
I don't want you guys to overthink this next pick.
Quarterback.
What? No, I'm serious. No Watson. No Watson. Davis Mills looks not great. They have an opportunity to grab a guy that's highly rated. I think they go Rattler.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's I don't think that it's as crazy as it sounds.
It would either be Rattler or Willis because once again scheme fit. It's one of those two for them.
I'm sorry, it'd be who?
It's either Rattler or Malik Willis because they're both mobile quarterbacks. It's one of the two.
Who's the second one?
Spencer Rattler or Malik Willis right here, Liberty. I'm clicking on him. because they're both mobile quarterbacks. Malik Willis has actually looked really damn good. I know they played Syracuse, and I looked at some of the highlights. He looked pretty solid.
I think Rattler actually got booed off the field.
Yeah,
He
Rattler has looked pretty fucking rough so far, if I'm gonna be honest.
His-
That's why I
his
really
form
don't
is
want to take
plummeting.
him that early.
His
Like
form is
I don't know
plummeting.
if he falls out of the first, but if it keeps going at this rate, he might.
No, you guys are overthinking this. Rattler's gonna go. Rattler has the buzz around him. The
So does
Texans are gonna
Willis.
take Rattler.
And I'll throw Rattler in there for right now if you want. I mean, I'll take
Yes,
either.
throw Rattler in there. It's the Texans, man.
All right.
They need a quarterback.
I mean, I knew it was going to be quarterback. It was just one or the other. And
No.
then here we go again with the Eagles. Now this is time. I think this is Treylon
chance.
Burks.
No chance. No chance.
Really?
Edge.
They have a great wide receiver. Not a great, but they have a good wide receiver core already.
I'm saying edge.
They don't need another receiver as much as they could use somebody like Drake Jackson or Aiden Hutchinson.
I'm saying George.
Yeah, Karlaftis.
That's a good pick too. I
It's either
I'm just talking
Karlaftis
about positions.
or
So,
Aiden Hutchinson. It's one of the two because
so-
that's where we have him. We have Karlaftis like right behind Thibodeau. If Thibodeau
Yeah,
wasn't as good as he was, it'd be Karlaftis as your top guy.
So
Or
we have
Karlaftis, however you
edge.
say it.
We have edge. Thibodeau, Karlaftis, Harrison, Leal, Jackson, Sanders. Second.
Then this is Karlaftis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Don't overthink it. They're not going to take a receiver. They've got good receivers.
I just know that the main thing, it sounds like what I'm hearing, is that the main thing Philly wants to keep doing is just keep throwing weapons. Just keep doing it. So
Now the Jets.
now the Jets. This is
Jets are
Andrew
picking
Booth.
Treylon. Are you sure?
They need some secondary help for the
I
love
was
of
thinking they were
God.
going to take Booth. I
Yeah.
think they're going to take Booth here.
I mean, who was
Okay.
our other corner? I mean, we had actually Booth was next up, and Booth is actually rated higher than we personally thought he was.
Yeah.
at the
we
same
said he
time-
was a-
But at the same time, Tyler, this is the one thing with me looking over this that we got to remember. We're not perfect at this. There's a reason we're the undrafted experts.
Mhm.
So sometimes we almost have to just rely on what everyone else has said when we don't believe it.
Yeah. So Tim,
It's going to be Booth.
I think they
Well-
just have to take a corner. I mean, look at the secondary, dude.
yeah.
Look at it. It's
Hot
Marcus
garbage.
May and there you go.
And
You
your
can't say
local fry
anything.
cook. And your
Yeah,
local fry
and
cook.
the random guy you found on the street. So Andrew Booth,
Look.
it is. I don't think we don't have to discuss this one. It's
No.
it's
But
it's
Tim,
easy.
we had Booth as a late first, early second.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah,
my,
I mean,
I,
however you
I'm not
rate
the
him,
biggest fan of the
they're
corner
gonna
class
go-
outside of the top two.
They're gonna go secondary, and then the Giants come up here. They've waited.
They just got
Their
their
guys
O
on-
lineman of the future. Now it's
guys on the
time.
board, they're
Malik
going
Willis
for it.
is here. It's time. You know
You
what?
sure they
Actually,
didn't pick Carson Strong.
no, they're
No, I'm
picking.
sure.
No, they're picking Slavis. They're
No,
pulling a
no,
guy that we don't like.
Don't,
No,
don't
we're playing
over-
this as
No,
competent.
gonna
hold
be
on.
Willis.
We're
Hold
Tyler.
No,
We're
you're
playing this as
making
competent.
everything into too much of a debate. It's gonna be Willis.
Are you sure? Because Giants have typically liked pocket passers.
We're playing this as if they're competent, playing
Danny
off the
Dimes is
best
the
talent.
fastest quarterback in the NFL.
Shut the hell up, Tim.
He's better than Lamar. Jeez, man.
I'm gonna come over there and cut you.
Just are we gonna say
can we
Willis? Like, can we
It's
just
a
agree with
quarterback
that?
for sure. It's a quarterback for sure.
I know what you're
Just
trying to
just
get at.
draft Willis.
But let's take this as if they're actually competent and don't just stick to old ideals that have failed over and over and over.
They won 2 Super Bowls with those old ideals.
And what happened in those other years?
Just click the goddamn button. Next pick.
Washington.
All right, Washington. All right, there's a lot of ways this can go.
I
Because
think
here's
they
the
trade
thing.
down.
I don't.
I
I
think that
can't.
they trade
I
back
can
too,
trade
but
down. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
let's just assume that everybody's making their pick. And we're
Yeah,
not
I'm
taking
not
a
ready to
trade
start
pick.
making the whole trade game in week
Yeah.
3. That's way too early.
But
All right. So at this point,
they need
they need a quarterback.
second. No, they. Well,
Yeah, they kind of do. I don't
they
think they
need
stick with Heineke.
quarterback. They
If
need
they're
quarterback, but they
They're
need
not gonna
secondary.
take one. Here's the thing. They need one, but they're not gonna do it because I think that they're gonna believe in Heineke. I think that Fitzpatrick's gonna sign on for another season, and we're gonna see
if
a
he can
repeat of what we
physically
saw
do it,
last year at the quarterback position. He will. Fitzpatrick is just that guy. Okay, he just is. He's gonna. They're gonna take. They're not. They're gonna take either a secondary guy, a line. I don't think they go linebacker. They took linebacker this year. I don't think they take an edge rusher. I think they go secondary or wide receiver.
I'm saying secondary.
I think
I
this.
also
really
think
need help.
secondary.
If
They
we're gonna
really-
go secondary, all right. If we're doing secondary, then
Job was our next.
it's either Job or Gardner. And the thing is, Gardner is ranked so much higher than Job. I almost feel like we may have misread the talent on those two.
Go Gardner.
So I think we
Go
just
Gardner.
choose
They have
Gardner
to. Yeah.
because just because of the massive drop on the board makes me think that because here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and click it, by the way. But here's the thing. When we watched Job, I'm not 100% sure, was he the number 1 guy in those highlights?
I can't remember.
So he might not have even been playing the top guys, and at that point, it's really hard to assess if he's that good. We'll end it at that. All right. This is an
Vikings go for
interesting one.
line.
Which side?
Interior.
Okay. Linderbaum has looked good. I know that much.
It's Linderbaum. Iowa linemen are good. Drafted.
Yes.
I don't
I just
have
want
a
to look.
question on
I want to
that.
make sure. I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone down here anywhere. I know I've heard good things about Rasheed Walker and Charles Cross.
They're not even going to
but,
take a
yeah.
tackle. They went Darisaw this year.
But
They
yeah,
don't need a
I
Yeah,
think
tackle.
they're going interior.
yeah, Linderbaum it is.
I think
Steelers. All right.
I think they're gonna
Let's
wait a
be
couple
real.
years.
Let's be real. Steelers. All right, let's look down here. All right, somewhere in here. Ah, Bijan Robinson. He's had some good hype. Let's pick him.
Stop. Y'all are definitely gonna take quarterback.
We really need quarter. This is where I want.
Maybe Coral, maybe Carson Strong, but they're going to draft one of those two.
This is the problem that I have. Is we're
It
gonna
depends
end
on
up in
how
this
far.
spot. This is the problem I have. We're gonna end up in this spot, and this is where I get mad. Oh shit! This is where I get mad because I really like what I see out of Matt Corral this year. I also really like what I see out of Carson Strong. I think both of these guys could easily become first-round quarterbacks if they're not already considered first-round quarterbacks. My problem, I don't know which one I want more. Carson Strong, it's almost like if you're throwing Big Ben right back in there, but young.
I would say just pick Carson Strong
But-
for now since he's higher up.
But the thing is, Matt Corral has been with the ability to move and actually get some yards on the ground through running the ball at a decent speed. I haven't seen that from Carson Strong having the wherewithal to get out of the pocket and actually move. I have with Matt Corral. So I personally, as a Steelers fan, right now, this can change. I want Matt Corral over Carson Strong, but this can flip any other week.
Okay, then do it.
So-
It's up to you.
And I mean, it is a Steelers pick, so I'm just going to jump Matt
It's
Corral.
up to you. Go ahead, you're good.
But it can go either way. I will say that now. It really can change at any point.
Chiefs.
Chiefs,
Edge rusher,
They're going.
Drake Jackson.
they need
Drake
defense.
Jackson.
For the love of God, they need defense.
I was gonna say for sure they need defense. We said Zach Harrison would be after Carla this.
Did we even get tape on Drake Jackson?
Just go.
Yes, we did.
Drake
Where is he
Jackson's
at?
the best.
Oh yeah,
Drake
we have
Jackson's
him.
the best on the board.
We have
He's
Drake.
better
Oh,
than he should be better
we
than
had
most players.
Harrison above Jackson and Leal. Who is Leal? That's not the Leal that the D line, right? Was it?
Might be.
No, because
Okay.
I have Leal right here on Not Enough Tape, and I remember that one. Maybe Leal was somebody way on the board that we saw. I don't know. But let's
Check
just go.
D-line.
I think it's either Drake Jackson, it's one of these three. I'll tell you that right now. It's one of
Yes.
these three.
I'd
I
go
like
Drake
all
Jackson.
three.
That's the highest rated
Honestly,
right now.
Honestly, in my opinion, they could also go linebacker.
No, they're not gonna go linebacker.
I don't see him doing it. They need to get some pressure.
There's
That
better
run
talent
defense has
available.
looked so goddamn bad.
There's better talent available at edge. I think it's Drake Jackson.
I'll take that. Because like I said, I remember we liked all three. So, I remember
Wait,
this
we
because
didn't.
when we went down edge, I remember this time. We went down edge and we went, are you kidding me? Another good edge player?
We didn't watch Hutchinson.
Yeah, we did. We had him at D line, didn't we?
Yeah, we have him
Yeah,
at
we
D
have,
tackle.
we have him
not
at D
edge.
tackle because he played more D tackle when we watched him, but he's listed at
Right.
edge. So
Click Drake Jackson.
I'm going to, Tim. Calm down.
I want to talk
Saints.
about the
This
Saints.
is gonna be a quarterback.
No.
It's not. Their guy is Jameis.
I think they stick with Jameis for a little bit longer.
I think they go Olave or defensive lineman.
This could honestly be Hutchinson. I know he's listed at edge, but like I said, when we watched him, he played D tackle and he did it at a pretty damn good rate.
It's
So-
Olave. It's Olave or Hutchinson.
You could it's
maybe Burks, but I mean it's a receiver.
I say it's either Burks or Hutchinson.
Burks
I-
is so
Because
much
I
better.
am some way or another. Burks is going to be my first receiver off the board. I don't care how I do it.
Okay,
Dude,
then.
I swear to God, if Burks is still on the board in the second round, Jacksonville better pick.
They won't. They'll fuck it up.
Yes, they will.
So I mean, here's the thing: do you think they value a D tackle / edge more, or do they value a surefire, or not a surefire, but a confident receiver with good hands?
What about line?
Their offensive line. I mean, they could look to get a Teron
I think
Armstead
their
replacement,
line is good
but
enough.
that's more of a second round deal than anything.
They got the second round pick for them. I think they get. You know what? I mean, you can make it Burks, but it's going to be Hutchinson or a receiver.
Tyler, this is on you. I mean, it's either Burks or
I'll-
Hutchinson. I'll
I'll
go
go
either
Burks.
way.
I'll go
You want
All right,
Burks?
that's fine. Go Burks.
I'll go Burks. I
really
know
like Burks.
I know the rankings say Olave, Wilson, and I get it. Ohio State receivers have been pretty damn good.
I don't trust
But
either
god
one.
damn it, Burks has looked fucking amazing.
Browns.
All right, Browns. You know what? Let's give them more fucking edge talent.
Dude,
Let's
terrifying.
think
I think-
about
I-
it.
it's
I
a-
think
it's-
this is
it's gonna be a
linebacker
receiver.
probably.
I'm saying
I
Harris.
mean, maybe a linebacker. What's available at linebacker?
They have pretty
Harris.
much it's Christian Harris and Christian Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That
I mean,
that is the linebacker for this class as of
it-
right now. I don't
it-
like any other.
It's Harris. It's Harris or a receiver. Again,
They could try to grab They could try to grab a Wilson or an Olave. I might.
it depends on if I don't care how you guys see him, but I think that a lot of teams are going to see Olave as a potential wide receiver one. I think if they let Odell walk, which I'm not sure if they will or not, but if he walks,
They
during this
probably will.
offseason, They need to grab a first round running or wide receiver.
See, Tim, you're not wrong. A lot of teams are going to think of him as a number one because of the fact that he is Ohio State. He's got the big college
Yeah.
experience and everything.
Yeah,
But he's not
call it.
physical at
No,
all.
I mean, look, I am not here to argue with you on the prospect. I haven't watched tape. I watched the games, but I haven't watched tape. So you can say what you want, but I think that the NFL teams are going to see Olave as a wide receiver one, and definitely a future wide receiver one. So you can make the case against them, but at the end of the day, they're the ones making the picks, and they're going to like Olave. So I think that Olave is going to go to the Browns, or they're going to take the guy at Alabama, linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate
You're
to say
not
it. He is right. Olave is going to be valued, even if
And-
he turns
and
out to be a
it's-
bust. I think Olave is going to be valued that
It's gonna
high.
be a
And by
massive
the end,
bust.
and by the end of the year, we're gonna see if they need a linebacker or not. If Watson
Yeah.
Koromoa can step up and play
Oh,
interior
that's
and
right.
play
They have a
guard,
Wosu Koromoa. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
they just haven't been using him a lot because I think that they're trying to
Yeah.
figure out where he fits.
I
Exactly.
forgot they have JOK. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine with throwing Olave. What?
In my opinion, Olave is a juju. He needs a number one wide receiver to be good.
He
I'm
could.
not against it,
I'm not
but
here to argue that. I'm just here to tell you what the NFL
I
telling
just
me.
yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
click
but
it. It's the same thing as what he's saying. Like Olave has the name value. Even if I don't like to pick and you don't like to pick,
I
that's
hate
what
the pick.
that's what's gonna happen. Eventually, somebody's going to take him in the first round. We're gonna get mad, and if he turns out to be great, then you know what? We're the undrafted experts for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on to the Bills. I would say this is Hutchinson, but I'm not sure on that because they've put so much into that defensive line over the past couple of years, and it's starting to show that it's turned around for the most part.
Be linebacker.
They definitely don't need a quarterback. They really don't need a receiver.
Could be
What's
linebacker.
available at running back? I know it's dumb to draft a running back in the
I
first
wouldn't
round,
draft
but
him in the first round.
I'm
Isaiah Spiller and Brees Hall are my main two.
it's just
Charbonnet I
running
really
route.
like, but he's gonna be like a second or third round guy that is gonna pop off.
Check safety. See if we got
I
a
don't.
decent strong safety to complement
Oh
Then
yeah,
we have Battle.
Jordan Battle
Yeah.
and Bubba Bolden were our other two top safeties. My one issue also really nice right there, but my big issue that I have with Bolden after just watching the first couple weeks, he's very undisciplined on his tackling and his decision making. Like I watched it in, I believe it was the Alabama game, where he just decided after the player was on the ground to lower his head out of his way and slam into the receiver and got himself ejected for targeting in like 5 seconds. And then I believe he had something again like the next week where he went to do something and he basically hit sticked his own teammate and screwed up a big play. And that to me is going to affect him a lot more because even though the talent's there, you start looking at it and he's like, is his awareness like non-existent? Does he not understand what he's doing sometimes? And Jordan Battle has not had that issue yet from what I've seen. Is anyone else even going to speak?
Don't have anything to say on this.
Yeah.
I was
I
really
haven't-
expecting
Sorry, guys.
somebody to like
I
continue,
got
like
nothing for
even
you.
if it wasn't to get about this, if it was going to be another position to look at or anything, but it was
No,
silent.
I got nothing. Bills are good.
I mean, it's.
I don't like to say that, but like I got nothing. Bills are good.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
Bills are just gonna probably pick best available in my opinion.
and I mean, at that
Probably.
point, best available
Other
is
than edge.
Hutchinson, which
Other
is
than
edge.
and wide
I-
receiver.
Then that'd be Harris,
That's
Nah,
my
but I
nah.
don't see him
They're
taking a
good at-
linebacker.
It's probably McDuffie.
McDuffie, what corner?
Yeah.
we
I'm
haven't
not
watched any
against
tape
it.
on him.
Yeah, I haven't
That's
seen anything,
their
but he's
That's
projected
their
high.
weakest
So.
position. That's not saying that it's bad, but that's their weakest position.
It is, other than running back, but even then, running back, we've
They
seen it
got a
time
lot
and
of
time
upside
again.
with
Why do
Moss,
you
and
take
they
running
also
back
don't
in
need
the
to
first?
take it in the first round. Yeah.
You're one to talk.
I know. I'm still gonna
He
talk
knows.
about it. I don't care. I don't care that my
Making
team
fun of
did it.
himself,
I'm
though.
still pissed we did it. And you can't talk either. Yours did it, and then he got injured for the year.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So what? Trent
Pick it,
McDuffie? Are
damn
we good with that?
Yes.
All right, impatient. Jesus Christ. Titans. All right.
Hutchinson.
Do we have to think?
Too late.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely Hutchinson.
Like, come on now. I'm not even gonna look at the other prospects. For the love of God, they need to get some pressure.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Who's the best
gonna be
quarterback
Wilson.
on the board?
Let's think.
Carson's strong.
Dude, I think this is Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Genuinely. Like, let's just piss off Rodgers more.
No, I think this is gonna be Wilson. In a last
Hold on,
ditch.
hold on. No, Tyler.
Can I just point out that would be one gigantic FU to Rodgers
If he left
Like,
and
as
then they
soon as
finally
Rodgers
draft
goes,
him.
They draft him.
No,
Yeah.
I think no. Hold on. No, I think it's gonna be they draft Wilson as a last ditch effort to keep Rodgers there.
No way.
No,
Rodgers is gone.
at that point he's already
Yeah,
done.
I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah, the only reason he's playing this year is literally, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Pretty
That is
much.
exactly what he's doing.
He could pull up Brett Favre and retire. And then come out.
He doesn't want to. I don't think he wants to buy with that because I think technically his
Nah, I think
contract
it's
would
too
still
late for-
exist.
I think it's
so.
too late for that now.
I think this is potential for him.
Vontae Davis retired
well.
at halftime.
Well, see, Vontae Davis didn't want to play anymore at all.
go-
I don't think Aaron
go
Rodgers is done.
go
He just
Christian.
doesn't want. He just doesn't want to be in Green
Go
Bay.
Christian Harris.
I
Go
think it's
Christian Harris.
linebacker. I
Okay.
think it's pretty needed for them. Miami. Do they take a backup plan?
No.
And this is not me trying to be
I
like
think they
funny.
stay-
I'm being
no, I think that
serious.
I think that's a good idea. I just think that they stay committed for another season.
Yeah, I'd say they do another season or two of Tua.
Yeah. It's just what do they need? I have not watched much of a Dolphins game yet.
No, they don't need.
No, they
receiver.
just drafted
Receiver?
Jalen Waddle and he has done great.
They just drafted Waddle. They picked up Fuller. They have
Alright,
Devontae
look.
Parker.
Then choose Kirkland.
Is he not, he's not
Okay.
even my favorite. Who was the other? I would say Charles
We didn't
Cross or
have enough-
Rasheed Walker.
We didn't
I
have
know they're
enough
not high ranked, but those are the two I've
Yeah.
heard great things about.
tape. We didn't have any.
Yeah, we don't have any tape on any of the interior linemen because we just haven't been
Any
able
of
to
the linemen.
find any.
Any of the linemen.
Like the only one we technically found was Aiden Hutchinson because he was playing D tackle when we looked for his highlights.
Yep.
But I've heard good things about Charles Cross and Rasheed Walker. We could
In my
choose
opinion,
between
this
one
is-
of them two.
In my opinion, it's gonna be a tackle.
I think it almost has to be at this point. You've watched Tua get hurt.
Take whatever tackle you want. But
I'm gonna
it's gonna be a tackle.
go.
Just choose one.
Penn State looks good.
This
There
is
you
just,
go.
That's my opinion because it's gonna be to protect him.
So, just for record, when this is looked back on in April, we're just saying the position. The player is not specific for here because I have no idea if Rasheed Walker is as good as we think.
Yeah.
I'm just going based off what I've heard
They need
and
a
that-
blindside tackle.
and that they need offensive tackle desperately.
They need a blindside tackle.
Now, the Bengals once
need-
again.
A tackle.
Do we? Well, actually, let me just make sure. Actually, is it
Yeah,
tackle
I
or
think you guys
interior?
are-
You could go either way.
I think it's interior. I think they need a tackle, but I think Jonah Williams has looked pretty good so far this year.
Yeah, Jonah Williams has not been that bad. I think you take best available interior lineman, and based off this, it's apparently only like it's pretty much Kenyon Green, Linderbaum, and then the NC State prospect. I'm not even gonna try to say that name.
Akeem
Aquano.
Akuanu.
All right, well, when
Keem
that gets put on Reddit in the
Aquanu.
future,
I'm
yeah,
down. I'm ready for
Let-
it.
I think we could just go ahead and just give him. I mean,
Yeah, do
could
it.
be
Go
better.
ahead.
Letius Smith, or I can't even say his name right now. He's on my damn team. I don't know if he's like top 2 round prospect so far. He's got room to improve, and of course the other thing we could, if it wasn't for the fact that he was ranked 85, I would have picked the Notre Dame lineman because there's a bit of a history with interior linemen from Notre Dame, or just linemen in general.
Team.
All right, Tim, this
Oh,
is
I
you.
can
What
go
should
on this one. Check corners, please.
our next best guy was Job when we had him written, but you could take any of them. These are all like late seconds. from what you're looking at. So looks like you're missing the corner boat again,
Can
Tim.
we trade down?
Not yet.
We're not doing it in this
Check
one.
receiver. Check receiver.
I was about to say, don't you want somebody
It
to
sounds
replace Gallup?
There's
Grab
Wilson.
Grab
There,
Wilson.
I say it's
Grab
Wilson,
Wilson.
Mechie, or the other one. So there you go.
I think that the Cowboys don't really need it, but I mean Gallup is gonna walk.
I was about to say, don't
And
you
the
need somebody
Cowboys
to replace
roster,
Gallup?
the Cowboys roster is really good. I think they trade out of the pick and grab another second and grab another second and a fourth, but
Yeah.
just to get a pick in there.
All right. Bucks. I think if it wasn't for the fact that there is nothing left at the position, then it would be cornerback. But
Yeah.
we still have the two safeties on the board.
Go battle.
I think battle. It just you need another safety. You need after what we've seen with the depth at that position, you just need secondary. Even if
Ravens,
Brady is
they
not
need a
there after this year,
whole new team.
let's just grab a running back. But no, I mean, late round I could maybe understand a running back, but then again, we said that about the Steelers, and look how that's turned out. I don't know. I don't think they really need offensive line. Their defensive line. I mean, is Calais Campbell still on the team?
Go check.
I don't know.
Because if he is, then I think this is the last year for him. I think you take either Majias or Majias Sanders, I don't know, or Zach
yes.
Harrison.
He's on the Ravens. He's
Yeah.
35.
Yeah, you got to take your next Calais Campbell here, I think. There's really not much else they need. They've overhauled receiver. It doesn't look like it, but who was it that's coming back? Rashad Bateman is practicing now, so he'll be on the roster going forward. You definitely don't need quarterback. Running back, J.K. Dobbins, when healthy, is a top 15 running back. I'm going down the list to make sure I'm not missing anybody. You've got Mark Andrews. Jordan Davis isn't bad, but I don't see him taking D-line. So, Zach Harrison it is, right?
Yes.
All right. Chargers. What do the Chargers need?
I'll say O-line.
They've taken O-line the past couple times, and they're finally looking solid.
No chance. Their line looks really good.
Yeah, I don't think their line's a problem anymore.
What's left on the edge rushers again?
There's Sanders. He's pretty good. I like what he did.
I would say that they're trying. Nah. How about interior?
D-line. Jordan Davis is really good.
I think that's going to be Jordan Davis or maybe a linebacker, but I think that their defense is really their defense. Their offense is really good.
Harris is the only one that we like.
I will say Nakobe Dean has seemed good, but I'm not trying to change you over.
There is one guy on this that I really there's a linebacker that I really like. Just because it's so fun to say his name.
Here?
202. 202. I don't know how to say
I will say Nakobe Dean, if I remember correct, he's looked pretty good, but I'm not trying to convince you from Jordan Davis.
It'll probably be Jordan Davis or something.
Because Jordan Davis has looked really good. So, we taking him?
Take it, damn it.
All right, I know it's near your bedtime, Tyler. Calm down. Stop bitching at me every time I'm trying to analyze the picks.
Listen, I know I'm getting tired. My shins are starting to hurt.
How are your shins hurting?
He's a grumpy old man, okay?
He's a senile old man who can't last more than 2 hours on a podcast. I don't understand.
I'll cut all of you. I will cut all of you.
Who says I don't already do that? But anyway, let's go. All right, let's go on to the damn Panthers pick. We're almost done, Tyler. I hope you know this. Look, that's the last pick. We're getting close.
God damn it, man. I'm gonna kill your family.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, Panthers don't need corner.
Pick another cornerback.
No. They could go safety. I don't remember who their safeties are off the top of my head. Don't need linebacker. Don't need edge. Jesus Christ, they don't need edge.
They don't.
This could be actually this could be a receiver.
Check the tight ends.
Oh, that's right. This is Werdemeyer or Weidemeyer,
Yeah.
however you say it,
Because
because
they just
we've
traded
already
away Dan Arnold.
and Tyler, you remember we have him ranked highly. We think he's a first rounder if you're gonna take him there.
Yes, we do
So-
believe he's a first rounder.
So you know what? Let's
I
speed
can
this
hear
process
the
up.
tired in Tyler's voice.
Yeah,
He's
please
yeah, he's a
shut up
first
and
rounder,
pick
okay?
it.
Just hit the button.
This is
All right,
Carson Strong
Carson
or Ritter.
Strong.
Carson
This
Strong.
is this is the Carson Strong or Ritter.
Okay, I mean, I would prefer Ritter, but
I prefer
think
Ritter,
that they
but
I think that they seek Strong as a safer pick. I guess is the right way to say it.
yeah, and at this point with the Broncos and quarterbacks being drafted, they want the safest pick possible.
Ritter has a really high upside. I think that Ritter could be better than.
I
Carson
think
Strong.
Ritter is a first round quarterback. Just obviously
For
we
the
didn't
right
find
team.
we didn't
Yeah.
find a fit for him in here personally, and I mean
Actually-
Ritter would actually fit really well in the Broncos if you're seeing
Hold on,
what
hold on,
Bridgewater's
click-
doing.
Do Strong.
Okay. What, like draft him?
Draft him.
Okay.
Oh, look at that! A team that needs quarterback.
He does have a point.
Tyler.
He
you have a
does
point.
he does have
However,
a
I would
really
like
good
I would
point.
like to point out Jared Goff is still under contract.
How many years?
Like 4 at least.
Let me check.
I know for a fact because I've watched Lions franchise from Bengal on YouTube lately. I know after this season, it's like 30 mil in dead cap to get rid of him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's 4 years.
They've got him for 3 more years. This year, and then
I don't think
next
even
year, the year after, and then the next year he has an option.
I think even if they want to get rid of him, they've just made it by trading for him. They made a commitment. And even if he
Man,
sucks,
No,
they're gonna stick
I
to him.
I think that he's a bridge quarterback, but I don't think that you can take your guy right now.
I thought
No.
that was
Because then you
clever.
have to. Because then you have to
You're
pay
you're
your
not
guy
wrong.
really,
I will
really.
give you that, Tyler. You really aren't wrong. It's just I don't think in this QB class that they really want to do that.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
say
think it's-
I was thinking that Goff only had like a 2-year contract.
No, he got signed to a
No,
5-year,
he
like
signed- he
160
signed till
something.
2024.
Why the fuck would the Lions do that?
No,
It
that was the
wasn't the
Rams.
Lions.
That
It
was the
was the
Rams.
Rams.
do that.
They did it
The
because of the
Rams
Super Bowl.
do.
The Rams
The-
did it after the Super Bowl because
The
they
Rams
went,
are
"Oh,
fucking
he looks
idiots.
good." Then they realized, "Oh, wait, this is Jared Goff."
The Rams are fucking idiots, is what they are.
Well, the past like 15 years of their franchise tells you that.
Okay,
Um,
it's Kirkland. I'm just kidding.
who-
It's probably not Kirkland.
Who did we have them
Wait, did
taking?
we have
We
him
had
take-
we
we
had
had
him
him
take
taking
to
a-
Marvin Lil. You know what? This is another guy
Joseph.
breaking
Kirkland.
kneecaps.
Yeah, that'll work too. Yeah,
I would say Brandon Joseph.
it's gonna be him or
Brandon Joseph.
Ooh,
That would
maybe
be
to
that,
replace Akuda.
that would either be him or Bolden. I don't know why Bolden's ranked so
go
low.
with Brandon Joseph.
Okay,
That
that's fine.
Northwestern defense last year was scary good,
Yeah.
and he was
All
a
right,
big
all right,
part of
all
it.
right. Can we do some research? Who is the fastest prospect still left in this board? Because that is who they're taking. I mean, they took Divine Diablo, the safety who ran like a 4.2.
Hey,
just
they
because he
think
ran a
that-
4.2.
They just think that it's Madden, man.
They
The
think it is.
fastest
They
guy-
think they can
like-
just
like-
user
like
these guys in Madden.
Like in Madden, it's 100% true.
Yeah, if it's Madden, you want speed, speed, speed. It's without a doubt. Justin Ross was fast. Mechie was fast.
This boy
Not-
from London.
I don't think they need receiver, but it's the Raiders. They're gonna keep drafting receivers to make Carr look good until they realize he doesn't.
Carr isn't bad.
He isn't bad, but he's not amazing.
Derek Carr is overhated.
He's a
Derek Carr is
serviceable
not what's
guy for
wrong.
me.
Derek Carr is not what's wrong with that team. It's always been
Carr-
the defense, which looks pretty good this year.
Yeah, defense
Derek
So
doesn't
they're
look
gonna
that
do better
bad.
than a lot of people think.
Derek Carr is a serviceable quarterback.
Derek
I mean,
Carr is
here's
a
the thing.
playoff caliber quarterback.
I
not a
mean,
Super Bowl
And this is
quarterback.
being serious. Do we give him receiver? I mean, it's not like they don't need it. I mean, Not a single one of their receivers has really come out as a number one
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
of Darren Waller.
Give that to him. Give
Outs
him a wide receiver.
like, all right,
See,
who was our
here's the
top
thing.
guy left? I don't even remember.
Uh,
London was one of our tops. It was London, Mechie, Ross was the way we had it ranked.
Yeah,
It's actually exactly how they have it. So, take your pick,
But-
London or Mechie. Mechie's looked good this year, so I don't really care.
But see, I would say they would take defense, but there isn't really much defensive weapons left on the board for first
No,
round.
dude, this year's draft, you're gonna see a lot of defense. This is a
Yeah.
defense heavy draft, which sucks for the Steelers because they need a quarterback, and the quarterbacks, even though they're not bad, there's not a couple quarterbacks that you can confidently say are the top two at this moment. Like
Alright,
it was Rattler and Howell, but now it's just not. So we will see how that goes. Cardinals, fuck it.
Kirkland.
No. Have they re-signed Chandler Jones long term?
I think they did.
Because I don't remember if he's signed
Not
long term, and he was bitching about wanting out before the start of the year. Plus, J.J. Watt is not getting any younger, even though they did pick him up.
Shit. Well, Chandler Jones isn't getting any younger anyway. He's 31.
I didn't realize Chandler Jones was 31.
Yeah, and he's in his last year contract.
Yeah, then this is Sanders.
I was thinking they would pick Kirkland or just some old line so fucking Murray wasn't running around for his life.
Well, we've said that they're going to do that for so long, but when have they
I
actually
would
done
go-
that?
I would go Kirkland.
All
Well,
right.
I'm just saying. I'm not
I-
saying Kirkland specifically.
I mean, like I said, I know Charles Cross. I've heard good things about. I've not heard a word about. Like, once again, this is what I keep saying. Like, once you get past about like 15 with some of these guys, I don't know if it's the position, like the player exactly. It's just the position, is kind of what I'm getting at with some of these.
Yeah.
So I mean, you want me to throw Charles Cross because it's an O tackle, and at least I've
Yeah.
heard of what he's done.
That's just my opinion. I think they'll pick just offensive line in general because the fact that Murray has been running around for his life.
Yeah, I mean, then again, like once again, as I said, I mean, I can see them taking a tackle in the second and getting Sanders, because I think one of their big needs is going to be filling the void of Chandler Jones.
I mean,
Because Chandler Jones is not coming back. I think it was made pretty clear that he does not want to come back.
it depends. They could throw a 2-year if they can get him to sign a 2-year contract. I don't think they'll draft that.
I do not think he gets re-signed. It could change.
But they have J.J. Watt.
He's also like what 32, and also has had a lot of injuries in the past couple seasons.
Yep.
He's old.
I really want to go Sanders. Like, I understand where you're coming from with the offensive line. I do.
I mean,
But
if you think that's what it is, then go for it.
I really believe that's what it is. Are we good with me doing it as much as it?
Yes, hit the button.
Yeah.
All right. And that is the
We
end of the
did it.
podcast. All right.
Hold on.
We did it.
Hold on. Go back
No,
down.
no.
Tyler,
Shut up.
I'm not
Shut
doing
up.
this.
No.
Mechie. That's it.
You know, if that makes you happy, I don't care. There.
I'm going to bed now.
All right.
Okay,
Let-
it's over. Hey,
All right.
hey, you can't even.
You
finish
cannot
it out,
leave yet.
please, man.
You cannot leave yet. Did he already
You
go?
don't control me.
I know I don't, but can we at least get through the last like 2 minutes of looking over everything before we quickly call? You dick.
Did
All
he
right.
leave? Damn, right.
I mean, is there anything we would do different? I mean, I realize what you're saying about maybe taking Olave a lot earlier.
It
I'm
looks
not
perfect
against it.
to me.
All right, it seems like I have two senile old men who just want to go to sleep.
Hey, I have
Seems like
class
what
at
I'm
9.
dealing
What
with.
the
Bro,
fuck?
it's
I have class
midnight.
at 9. Okay, I have
It's
class in the
midnight.
morning.
Okay,
I'm
I
not
have
doing
class
nothing
in the morning too.
I'm
I
not
can
doing
function.
nothing in the
I
morning.
don't care. Shut up, Tyler. You're not helping. I didn't have
I'm
to do
going to
anything
the
today.
state fair tomorrow. Fuck you, nerds.
Alright, that's right. That's why I wasn't. Damn it! That's why I wasn't doing the fucking SMP tomorrow because you can't do that because you're doing your fucking thing.
What?
God damn it!
I have class, and then I'm gonna come back and take a nap because I didn't take my normal Monday nap where I sleep for 7 hours on Monday.
Oh, Lord.
I'm
Alright,
going to
well, in
say
that
farewell.
case,
Fuck you, nerds.
hold on. Alright, so thank you all for watching this
All
podcast.
2 of you.
There was like at least, I think there was
There
about 8 or
was
9 in here at
3.
one point.
There was 3.
I'm not bullshitting. It was like either 7, 8, or 9. It was somewhere in that range at one point.
I wonder how if you're
gonna watch
the mod, though.
I have 2 senile old men here. They want to get some sleep, so thank you all for watching. I'll just get this over with. We will see you all in the
I
next
am
one.
not
Alright.
senile.
My joint.